Welcome to episode 2 of the Guild Troll Plays Sky King's Tomb. This is session 16? It's episode 2.
14.
Don't worry about it. 14. This is 14. Okay, cool. I had 14 in my head. That's this session's number, not the number of sessions we did before. Well, I guess we did do 14 sessions before because we had a -1 and a 0. Welcome to episode 2 of Sky King's
Numbers.
Tomb. Numbers are hard. When last we left off, the heroes, we don't have a collective term for the group. We'll have to find one. The heroes were waylaid, I guess, technically, by apparently some associates of Archie's former associates, who were violently willing to take Archie. And everyone else they were happy with collateral damage. You have killed one of them. One of them ran away, and you have subdued the remaining one, the engineer. She is a Gnome Talos, which is a geniekin. What are they called? The heritages that you can apply to any ancestry. Flexible. Versatile heritage.
Versatile. I was gonna say it's not flex, but it's close.
Yeah, it's a geniekin versatile heritage that is touched by the elemental plane of metal, because in Pathfinder there's 6 base elements. I want to say fire, earth, air, water, metal, wood. At least that's what kineticists get. They can pick one of those. So yeah, she is a Gnome Talos engineer, and you have subdued her. She is not an Umbral gnome, and therefore cannot see in the dark. And the guy carrying the torch ran away.
He said something effective like, "This isn't worth the pay," and ran or something. Like, I feel like we heard him say that. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, after we proceeded to curse and debilitate him.
Yeah, he got
horrendously.
Yeah, I want to say he was evil-eyed and baned and bleeding.
What was the bleeding from? I do agree. I just don't remember what it was.
Rending claws. That's one of Jordan Grom's.
Yeah.
Gouging claws.
Gouging claws. Okay. So the scene is set. What is your next step?
Did we establish we tied her up before we ended last session?
I believe you decided to use your
39.78 feet
around. Yeah.
49.25.
Yeah, 49.25 feet of rope.
But she's a gnome, so that'll be fine. We don't need that extra 3/4 of a foot.
Listen, you tall behemoth.
I can't remember. In Pathfinder, are gnomes generally taller than dwarves?
No, Archie's like 2'11".
Grom is very tall.
Oh, okay.
Compared to Grom's the tall one of this group.
Yeah.
4'7".
4'7", 2'11". Okay, that's a discrepancy. Okay, because I know that like in D&D, gnomes are the small race and dwarves are the medium race, but gnomes are just ever so slightly taller than dwarves, and that just I know dwarves are way stockier and whatnot, but like it just seemed odd to have gnomes be a small race. And
if they're tall, taller, I guess.
Taller. Yeah. And then how tall is Baroom? Roughly is
2'10".
2'10". Cool. Oh, okay.
I feel like if we're opening discussions for naming of party, just the short nerds is on the table.
Hey, look, it's the short nerds.
We got a YouTube comment that was like, I'm so happy to see you showcasing some less loved classes and subclasses, and then it was like, oof at the 3-caster party though.
Very valid, very fair. I tried to be.
So nerds, yes.
Oh yeah. Um. So if she's tied up,
Mhm.
then would we all feel comfortable taking? And I'm not gonna get the terms right. I apologized. I apologize. 5e terms a short rest.
Yep.
Pathfinder terms a span rest or a
So as far as I'm aware, there's no actual game term in Pathfinder, but there are a variety of. Hey, we got a follow from Implacable Lemon. Thank you. Thanks for following.
hello, thank you.
There are a variety of tasks that take 10 minutes that you can undertake after a fight, such as treat wounds, refocus, those repair in case your shield got broken, because shields become broken at half of their max HP. So you can repair it if it's broken, but not if it's destroyed.
Yes. Or in my case, feed the shield.
That
Um
yep.
so then yeah, take 10 minutes because uh Archie's looking pretty bad. She's tied up.
Yeah.
Grom's a little messed up. Squire's a little messed up. Although I don't know how to fix Squire.
Uh, Squire's fine.
I mean,
Okay.
I I don't know if
Squire is an injured living creature, so you would be able to treat their wounds.
would Squire let me treat their wounds?
Or
So
would
you gotta put on like the heavy leather gloves. Well, how
Alternatively,
about you come over here first and show Squire that it's safe?
alternatively,
Uh,
Archie is trained in medicine, so Archie could treat his own familiars.
yeah, Archie can treat Squire. And
you
then
also have
also,
to put on heavy leather gloves though?
oh no, like yeah, it Squire's like completely a 180, like completely calm. It's like, oh no, I love head scratches, like get some ear rubs. No, it's all good. Someone else looks at him, starts frothing at the mouth, hissing. It's fine.
Fair.
Okay. While familiars cannot heal directly, their master can use their own abilities, including spells or skills, to heal themselves or their familiar. Okay, cool. I was just making sure that there wasn't some weird thing that prevents healing a familiar. Because I know that there are some familiar abilities that allow the familiar to heal itself. Or is it that allows it to heal you?
Something, yeah.
Heal me. It actually, Squire does currently have an ability to heal me,
Oh,
but it's once, yeah, once a day.
Okay. So yeah, the take 10 minutes. Baroom's fine, but Grom and Archie don't look great. I would like to figure out. I think. Hold on 1 second. C for character sheet. Um, I don't need to refocus because my focus pool is fine. My focus
Yeah,
spells are fine.
I did use one, so I could use a refocus. So that'd be a 20-minute break if Archie does 10 minutes to patch up
yep.
Squire and then 10 minutes to refocus.
I will just
It,
point out that in general, you're going to be taking a lot of 10, 20, 30, even 60-minute breaks during travel. Like, taking 20 minutes to refocus and treat wounds is not unreasonable.
Okay.
Like, that's just
yeah,
totally normal. And I wanna even go so far as to say that even in a dungeon crawling scenario, choosing between treat wounds and refocus is usually only done when you're really trying to press some kind of advantage that you have. Like, my understanding is that dungeons are soundproofed enough that the monsters in the next room aren't going to come looking for you if you spend 5 minutes catching your breath.
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
there's some verisimilitude. There's some willful suspension of disbelief, because because this is a game after all.
Dope.
But
yeah,
like I think the base assumption in the rules, this is not an I think statement, this is actually a true statement. The base assumption in the rules is that you go into every fight at your best. All of the encounter balance math is based on you going in at full health with all of your focus spells and with enough spell slots remaining that you can cast at least a large chunk of your maximum power for several rounds.
Yeah.
So what's the is it a go to rest for the night to restore your first rank, second rank spell slots?
Yes. Your spell
Yeah.
slots come back at daily preparations.
Daily preparations type
Yeah.
thing. Cool.
And you get like what your Constitution modifier and health back at a long
Con mod
rest.
times level hit points
Okay.
restore
Yeah.
when you get a night's rest, which is separate from your daily preparations. Because you can do your daily preparations in the morning without having slept, but if you don't sleep, you become fatigued, which has ramifications.
How's Crowhorn doing?
He took a hit or two, but he's looking fine. He is contemplative. He's like crouched, but like half leaning against the wall, a few feet away from the engineer tied up, and just kind of surveying the carnage.
Okay.
And he's very quiet.
Yeah, well, I think take a little time, get some medicine, let the battle adrenaline wear off before we start talking to anybody.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I would explicitly say, Baroom would explicitly say, like, don't say anything. We don't want her to hear. The engineer's a woman, right? Or she, her?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
We took this person prisoner, and I'm very concerned about their pronouns.
Yes.
Basic
How you
human
treat
rights,
your
okay?
prisoners matters.
Basic human rights. Even though she's a gnome.
Or gnomish rights.
Sapient rights.
Better term for it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna start healing people, I guess, with treating wounds.
Okie doke.
I'm like 99% sure I gave you my healer's kit a while ago because I had extra money.
It's in
and
the
I thought,
bag.
good,
Yeah,
good,
it's
good.
in the
Cool, cool,
bag.
cool.
Okay.
So I'll pull that out and
I'm not crazy. I did remember correctly. You did take continual recovery. I was like, that's a
I
skill
did
feat,
take continual
but you
recovery.
didn't take that at 2. You took it at 3 because level 3 gives you a general feat, and all skill feats are general feats, but not all general feats are
And I
skill feats.
needed expert in medicine before I could take continual recovery.
Okay. Cool.
And so now I'm an expert mediciner.
Nice. Okay. And is your wisdom?
I guess we start with
your wisdom's
Archie.
way higher than Archie's.
Mm-hmm. Not the little one, the big one.
The small one, not the tiny one.
The small one, not the tiny one. Not the littler one, just the little one.
Yeah.
It's capital S,
in our-
little.
Everything's capital. It's Pathfinder, baby.
Yeah, and Archie's gonna attempt to fix up Squire.
Okie doke. Well, lots of dice. Okay, I think I'm gonna turn down.
Fucking hell. Jeez,
dice
Louise.
volume.
I did
Dice
not
volume's
target
gonna be
it.
interface. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
glad I went
bro.
to the audio tab, because now that reminds me that I should be playing music.
If I hit apply healing, unless it's selecting my token, I don't want to do that. I crit.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god, yeah,
So
you
that's-
did critical
that-
success.
So if I just click here, will
Yeah,
it
you're
just...
better now.
Is crit double? Critical success. Oh, critical success is 4d8 and loses wounded instead of 2d8. Oh, and also loses wounded. Okay. So yeah, it is double, but it doubles the dice. Interesting.
So you could crit and it could still suck.
Yeah, you could roll a 4.
Oh, that feels not great, man. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't do that.
I
Don't put that
appreciate
evil on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Archie was missing like 18.
I forgot.
So.
Yeah, yep. So Archie's back to full, and I hit medicine check, but not the treat wounds button. It's still the same numbers, right? It just doesn't add in. Yeah, and then
It
it's
just
a
doesn't
D8.
pop up
2d8 on a success.
Okay,
Um,
and success is 15.
yes. Jordan, keep in mind, I don't know, just in case you're not aware, with treat wounds, now that you are an expert in medicine, you can voluntarily choose to increase the DC to 20, and in doing so, increase the hit points regained by 10.
I did see that.
Okay. Wasn't confident that you could hit
Not
a DC
confident. Yeah, I've had some real bad
20.
medicine checks.
Had some really bad medicine checks.
Baroom
That
has
said,
like a little
in order for
permanent
you to
line.
critically fail even on a 20, you have to roll a 1. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squire's also topped up.
Cool.
Yeah, I see. Archie did almost as much healing as I did with half as many dice. Like,
Kohan is going to... Why did that not work? Oh, my dice aren't connected. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, not the dice, not the gumdrop.
there's a mention of volume stuff.
Yeah, from TM.
Okay. Oh. I'm too quiet now. Alright.
We
Okay.
overcorrected.
Overcorrected. Okay. I have increased my volume from -13 to -10. That's decibels. Thank you, Timberly. Okay, connecting my pixels.
And so now Archie wouldn't have the treat wounds recent debuff because I have continual recovery, right?
Correct.
That's what that does. That's sick.
But makes it so that debuff's only 10 minutes instead of an hour, which
Yeah.
can...
Yeah.
Is that? I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, I was rolling treat wounds for Kohan.
Oh, no, not that. Am I too loud? Is that what Allie's saying?
Wow. Oh, who can say? Who can
So
say?
unfortunately, the one feature that Discord has that Zoom does not is individual volume sliders, so I can't actually modify your volume.
Yeah.
No, Allie is saying you're great. Okay. So why didn't that do the thing? I'm testing. What the hell?
Okay.
Why are you being the way that you are? Okay. That was interesting. Foundry had like a buffer of dice rolls from the pixels. So when I clicked on a skill or an attack, it was just like, okay, I'm going to grab the first thing you rolled on the dice. Then I'm going to grab the next thing you rolled on the dice. Then I'm going to grab the next thing you rolled on the dice. Because I rolled them before they were connected.
Oh.
How many or how long do they save numbers?
Don't know,
Let's
but
put that in the find out later.
I got through them. Okay. You're healed. You're refocused.
Wow.
I have to assume that you would have like taken her equipment.
Yes. So wait, sorry. Because I did not need to heal or be healed, and because I did not need to refocus. Baroom would have been rummaging through the dead body, taking all their stuff. Rummaging through her, taking all her stuff, and disarming her of anything that looks like a weapon.
Okay. So she has quite a few things on her person that are not explicitly weaponry, but are like gadgetry. So she has what appear to be explosives embedded in the heel of her boot.
Okay, yep, just keep going.
She has the cast off bits of several of her bombs that she threw. So she's got the cap from a smoke ball, pins from her glue bombs. She's got
General detritus of being a creative.
Yeah, pretty much. And she also has a very small leather-bound journal tucked into a pocket, as well as a scroll tube strapped across the back, across her back. The small of her back. That's the phrase I was looking for.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, would it be the tiny of her back?
She has two claymores.
What? Whoa! The bomb. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I knew you were talking about the bomb. I knew what you're talking about. Why does she have anti-personnel mice?
Because everyone's a person, Jordan. She doesn't discriminate.
If you had engaged with them instead of sending Squire to do recon, she was hiding behind a rock with a mine just placed in front of her, hidden.
No. Baroom, upon finding this, is just like, what? Why? Baroom's just gonna berate this woman, just going, what? Why would you carry a bomb in your? That's so. A bomb in your shoe? No shoes, no more. Take those away.
Just remove her boots.
This is the only thing.
So she just says to you, like, not in a whisper, but just very quietly, I do as the Forge wills.
I do as the Forge wills. Okay. Broom's just gonna file that away, not questioning her, just pulling all the things. Does the, she was the engineer, Merc ran away. Who was the other person that who died, who we killed?
Unclear.
Yeah, Baroom would rummage through, because it's 20 minutes of Archie refocusing and all the healing, so.
Okay. You're rummaging through
the dead person.
Oh, okay. That's actually a thing you can do. You can just double click on the corpse, and that'll open their inventory.
Oh shit! I didn't. Foundry rocks plus.
Yes. Do I need to add a command?
No. I mean, it's
do
early enough you could, but
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Can't stop me. I have to log into fucking Streamlabs so I can update CloudBot, because I refuse to use the chat commands to create commands. CloudBot commands.
Okay. So, because it's a striking whip, does that mean that it has a striking rune on it?
Yes.
Aha! I see, said the blank man.
No, it just looks really, really good.
I don't know. It really, really hurt. Yeah. Baroom's gonna... Where is it? E for party, stash. Yeah. That's just gonna go. Striking whip just gonna go straight in to the stash. Unless, is the stash assumed to be a collective holding, or is the stash assumed to be somewhere else?
The stash is assumed to be somewhere else. It is
okay.
back at home base, mostly for encumbrance reasons.
Yeah. Okay. Then the striking whip is not in the stash. The striking whip is in on Baroom's person.
Okay.
There it goes. Haha. And then change carry type to stowed. There it goes. Nice. Clever.
Hang on.
I don't think we need any. The dead person is studded leather armor that's worth 3 gold if we really wanted to just turn around and sell it / turn it into cantrip cards. I think
I
I'm
could
going to
take
just
it.
learn-
I have my spacious sack. I mean pouch.
I don't like how you said that.
You could. The sling bullets. I think Baroom will take the sling bullets unless anybody else wants them. Cool.
Is it safe to assume that I can put everything else from the engineer on your sheet?
Yes. Blow up boots, C4 / landmine, whatever it was, mustard gas, claymores, but not of the 2-handed variety.
Correct. Small leather-bound journal and scroll case. Wait, hang on. Oops, I need to mystify that.
I still think it'd be funny to see a gnome dual wielding 2-handed claymores.
Well, I just feel like that would have come up during the battle if she'd been dual wielding claymores. I just feel like that would have come up.
Okay. So I have added to your sheet. Did I add to your sheet? Did they actually? Yeah. So under consumables, you'll find explosive mine and blast boots. They are temporary and will expire when she finishes her next daily preparations and have no value. Don't really know how that works. I know that that's a thing that alchemists do. They can make potions for free that disappear tomorrow. Apparently this is a thing that she can do too.
Is an engineer one of those NPC classes that you can't have, but
Probably.
it's the NPC version of an alchemist or something?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you also have the ornate scroll case, which you can't. Can you see the icon, or is it just bag question mark?
It's bag question mark because I
Okay.
assume I have to investigate it or something.
You do. You also got
Okay.
her formula book.
We're
Which I
looking
know-
for that. Yes.
Yeah, which I know that Archie was very
Yeah.
interested in.
Yeah. I would just give that to Archie.
Okay. Is that a thing you can do? Can you just like drag things to other players?
I don't know. Let me open P for party overview. Archie, where are you? There you are. Let's see. Did you get it? No, I put it in the stash. No, it goes in the stash.
Damn.
That would have
Well,
been
I mean,
so cool.
Now that it's in the stash, Archie can take it.
Archie can take it. We could use the stash for its transitive properties, but not its storative properties on the move.
Yeah.
And
I can
storative is
drag
definitely
things from character to character. But apparently you can't.
Yeah. Okay. So Baroom's just busy not disrobing, but disbombing this.
Disarming.
Oh, I guess they're arms. Yeah. These ones are boots, so they seem more like, not arm related, more foot.
I feel like this would be very concerning for someone to be doing to you in the pitch black.
Oh. Fair.
I mean, that was just a comment. It wasn't like we should do something
No.
about it. It was just a comment.
I am now going to just say run with it. Baroom just doesn't think about Baroom's never been outside. So Baroom just does not think about not having dark vision.
So I think we covered this last session, but Baroom is flavor-wise vaguely bioluminescent, but mechanically still functionally invisible in the dark.
Correct.
Okay.
Like flavor-wise, like if you have ever gone camping, it's been 100% pitch black. You can occasionally see bioluminescent fungi.
Mm-hmm.
It registers as just like it's dark and you think you see some shapes in the dark, and if you're like know what you're looking for and not about to like eat shit and crash into the ground, you can sort of go, oh wow, that's like kind of faintly glowing and I can kind of see it. But it's not like something you would ever truly be able to see unless you're waiting for it. That would be Baroom.
Okay, I'm just wondering, like, is there a possibility that she can kind of sort of see your hands as you're grabbing things?
Especially as Baroom is like touching her person, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But it would be like a different shade of black, a bluey kind of shade of black.
Great. I love that show. Matt knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't
so
have kids,
and
but
Baroom
my
would
partner
kind
is
of
a 3-year-old.
yes. Baroom would keep up a dialogue, so it's not like she wouldn't have any idea. But I imagine it would be disconcerting. I don't know if Grom would point that out well after the fact, and Baroom would go, "Oh yeah, you want us to light a torch?"
Do any of you even?
Wouldn't even think about it.
Okay, you have a torch. Okay, there are torches in the party.
I mean, there was a torch on the body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Archie
I
has a couple of torches.
sold all my torches. I don't need them. Oh, I kept
mine.
one torch just in case.
So I was looking up the action economy of lighting a torch mid combat, and it sucks a lot. You have to interact to pull out a torch, interact to pull out flint and steel, interact to light your torch. 3 fucking actions to light a torch, which is similar to D&D, where it's an action to light a torch.
It's very irritating. Yeah, you shouldn't do it mid-combat.
Should not do that
I
mid-combat.
mean,
but like when
it's
the one person ran away and I realized that the other, one of the remaining combatants didn't have dark vision, I was like,
everything is complicated.
Jordan,
I was gonna say it's well worth the action economy if it means the rest of your party can now see also.
Yeah.
So they're not.
Absolutely.
It's well worth the 3 actions to do that if it makes everyone else's actions more beneficial.
All right. Yeah, if we're all done though, then Baroom would, I guess, take the torch off the corpse, light it, and say, "Okay, guys. So wait, the forge told you what?" To her. And just she doesn't do anything.
Nope.
What was the exact phrase she said before? I do as the forge commands?
I do as the forge
Wills.
Wills.
I'm gonna take this next opportunity to heal myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does the forge will? What did the forge will?
She starts to like cast her gaze around before realizing that there's not a whole lot she can do with that.
Okay.
So with dark vision, can we like read, or do we have to have light to be able to read?
You can read. My understanding is that dark vision just means you have no color vision in total darkness. So you can still discern contrast. So dark ink on light page, yes. Bright green ink on like bright red paper, invisible in the dark.
Okay.
As an example.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can read. So you can start flipping through that formula book if you so choose.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I didn't want to have to do this. Baroom's gonna make a shameless request and ask her what's exactly what's the exact phrase that I'm trying to go for here? I think what
I just want to interrupt you and point out that the request activity requires that you be friendly or helpful to you.
Never mind. I
It
can't.
does not work on indifferent or hostile creatures.
Okay. So I have to make sure they don't hate me before I ask them things.
Correct.
Okay. Then I will describe it mechanically. I would like to then try and sense motive on her. What I am seeking is, does she have big brainwashed energy, big cult energy? Sort of is she being obstinately silent because she is mentally like her mind has been subsumed or is off in any way, or is she being silent because she is refusing to engage of her own free will?
Okay.
Is that something that I can sense motive on?
I believe that is a thing that you could sense motive, and I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck sense motive works. Secret perception check and compares to the deception DC. Or the DC of the spell affecting their mental state, or another appropriate DC. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a secret perception check.
Cool. I think if I hit the perception in the thing, yeah. Cool. It did something secretly. I was supposed to say if I wanted to use my hero point. I did.
Okay.
Sorry.
So roll it again.
Yeah. High, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. You get the sense that she is not of her right mind.
Okay. Guys, something tells me that, like, and it might be the same something that told me that there was a path behind that waterfall, but something tells me that, like, I don't know. She said, I do as the forge wills. That's got big, like, kind of cult brainwash energy. Archie, did you work with any cults?
Can I do like a recall knowledge or anything about the forge? Is that like a religion or
Dwarven lore? Don't you have like a really good just like
I have High Helm lore, but this doesn't seem like it's pertaining to High Helm.
I will allow my helm lore or religion would work.
Religion's better.
Given your current theory that it's culty.
Also, Archie's wondering if like he's ever heard of it before. Like thinking back to any of the people he worked with, if it was mentioned.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious if like engineering lore, is there a engineering cult out there?
Sure.
She's not
Engineering
of her
lore.
right. Yeah.
That's where Archie's mind goes. But was I a part of the cult?
Would you remember if you were?
Would you have been aware of it if you were?
I feel like if you're no longer in the cult, you would definitely know you were mixed up in some weird shit.
Um.
Can I be a dick and roll bardic lore as well?
Sure.
You can say no. I don't mean to dogpile. I'm asking the questions.
Well, so here's the thing. If you dogpile, you
Yes.
might critically fail, or someone else will critically fail and you'll succeed, and then you'll get conflicting evidence.
Which will tell us something.
It'll tell you something. So that's the cool thing about recall knowledge and dogpiling is you are liable to get conflicting evidence.
Yeah, then I would like to bardic lore. Anything that I've ever heard about the forge, or like the forge wills, or the forge wills it.
Okay.
If that's a
Okay.
blah blah blah.
And Grom, remind me
blind
what your
cheat.
question was.
Could they be referring to a religion or a religious figure when referring to the Forge?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Grom, you recall that, and I don't think this is going to be any surprise to you, Jordan, there are a number of Forge-related deities in the Dwarven pantheon that you are very intimately familiar with. Chief among them would be Angrad. Angrad, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I think it's Angrad, Angradd. Whose epithet is the Forge Fire. So this seems like a decent fit. Dropping the fire from the epithet seems like a choice. Not a weird choice, but a choice. Archie, you recall a rumor about a supposed cult known as the Ash Cult that worships the Forge of... And it's kind of vague. There's a bunch of different things that it typically refers to. It's the Forge of creation, the Forge of destruction, the Forge of change, the Forge of... It's not one specific thing. So it makes a little bit more sense that it would just be the Forge. Baroom, you actually just don't get any info.
Ooh.
Regular failure.
Yeah, never heard a song about the Forge willing anything.
Nope.
Which is strange because will is such a good rhyme for like meter and stuff. You usually hear a song or two. Okay. I assume we confer about this. And then Baroom would just pop his head, be like, I don't know that Angrod wants you to do this. Does she respond?
She doesn't even like peek in your direction. Like, she's blind. Like, she's fucking blind right now. And so she just has this like, I can't do it. Charlie Cox got really good at it, and apparently it ruined a bunch of auditions for him after Daredevil. But he got really good at staring past people. I'm bad at it, but like she's just like staring past you, and she doesn't even like turn to the sound of your voice when you mention the name.
Maybe it's not the religion one. So then, without having to being like, is there anything, Archie, in your past travels that would have made you a target for kidnapping?
Did you piss anybody off enough that they'd pay money to send some people after you to grab you?
Clearly not a lot.
I
That guy left, but you know.
I I mean, I've been around for a long time.
I want to sense motive on Archie. Fuck you.
I
By the way, I was looking up request and attitudes, and there is a diplomacy. Is that a trained activity? That is no, that's an untrained action called Make an Impression, and you can make a diplomacy check versus their will DC, and increase their attitude towards you. That's a thing that you can do. FYI. Archie.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So there might be some disgruntled ex-coworkers from my last job. We didn't part on the best of terms. I haven't spoken to any of them in like months at this point.
Well, why disgruntled?
So Archie's gonna look at the other gnome, be like, but what is your name again? Have we met before?
Ooh,
Do I know
ask
your
that.
cousin?
Do gnomes even keep up with their family trees unless they're obsessed with their family trees? Like, do you know who you're related to?
She does not respond.
Rohan, how long, like, are you willing to kind of sit around? I don't want to put your thing to the side. We have a quest to do, but we also can't leave a tied up, defenseless, maybe brainwashed person in the dark.
He looks up from what he's doing, which is oiling his clan dagger, the one that he stabbed someone with. So he's already cleaned it. Now he's oiling it. So he's just doing gear maintenance right now. And he looks up and just says, "Attend to your business."
I don't know, guys.
I just want to point out, for memory's sake, his clan dagger has no pommel gem.
Yes. Does that mean it has no pommel, or just there's like a pommel with a hollow in it?
There's a setting for a gem.
Okay.
And no gem.
Gotcha. So it's got a terrible balance. The weight's all off. The fact that he could use it effectively is...
Gems are very lightweight.
Oh, okay.
Keep in mind that clan daggers are forged shortly before a child is born, and they get their pommel gem when the child comes of age.
Gotcha.
So, like, they exist for... God, when do dwarves come of age? 20-something?
I should know that. I don't remember.
The clan dagger is forged decades before it receives its gem. So I have to assume the child receives it, is using it. It's not useless. Maybe the balance is ever so slightly off, but gemstones are very... I don't know the word for the opposite of dense. They're very light. Also, I just realized my monitor is like... There we go. I was like, why do I feel off-center? Like, I kept, like, stepping to the side so that, like, the arrow in the overlay is pointing at the top of my head. It's because the monitor was crooked.
Okay. I will just put putting a pin in the make an impression activity.
Okay.
It says with at least 1 minute of conversation. Can't have a conversation with brick wall.
So the way that I'm sort of envisioning you making an impression in this scenario, trying to make someone who is stonewalling you and who you have at your mercy more friendly to you, is that you would treat them well as a prisoner. That you would ensure that they're comfortable despite their bonds. That you would ensure that they are fed and watered, and ensure that they're not staring at pitch black darkness.
I said I lit a torch before we started questioning her.
Oh, I missed that entirely. Because I said she was staring.
I said we took the torch off the corpse.
I missed that. Taking a torch and lighting it. Okay. Like I narrated like twice that she just stares blindly.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
But so yeah, Baroom would if she's stonewalling them, I guess Baroom would basically say like, I feel like we should keep going unless we want to try and send her back, but that doesn't seem like a good idea because she'll just come with more
reinforcement
mercenaries. There we go.
That. Yeah.
More assassins.
They shouldn't know where we're going.
Well, they won't if she comes with us.
There is the one that got away.
Yeah,
That
there's
one did
already.
not seem particularly motivated to report back, though. Okay.
But we were waiting on an answer from Archie about what happened at his last job. And I think he was hoping that we would just gloss over it. What's our break time?
It's
ad time.
what the ad is doing.
I just snoozed it. We've got 9 minutes. I'm sort of hoping that the scene will finish. And
Okay.
we can...
Archie's like, okay, look, things went south. We parted on really bad terms. I parted on fine terms. I washed my hands of it and I left.
Wow.
The statement is lacking a lot of specifics. Things went bad and I left is really not an explanation.
They want you dead. Well, maybe they don't want you dead, but somebody does.
Oh, it's probably them. Look.
Listen, if it was just about you, I wouldn't care. But they attacked me too.
They attacked poor Fetch.
I wouldn't care about the details, okay? If it was...
We can get into it later.
What I'm saying.
At the moment, yes, we parted on not good terms. And I washed my hands of the entire situation. I left.
Okay.
It is now on them. And I think like Archie would take the formula book and like start like thumbing through it. And he's like, okay, and I will say he just rip out all the pages that he's not interested in.
Okay.
he like half of the book he's like, okay, this is interesting. All this stuff no longer interests me. And
I, the DM, am curious what bits you're not interested in.
truthfully,
Spells you
Archie,
can't learn.
the more engineering stuff, he's for
I
him
didn't look at it.
for him being an engineer, he is trying to separate from that part of his life.
So the first three.
The
of
first
them?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. And he would just basically rip those out, and it like the book. He takes the book. He'll put like the rest of it in his pack, and then truthfully,
I
don't care about these.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
he would
take a hero point. That's commitment. I am going to remove those from the formula book.
Okay.
Is like, no, that is old me, and just like toss the ripped out pages in front of. We don't even have her name. The other gnome.
The other gnome.
Okay.
I was gonna say So at this point, like, we do have a torch lit at this point, right?
Yeah. And I would say also Baroom's like, we're not getting anywhere, but light a torch. Baroom will walk with a torch in hand, trying to make an impression on her if we can just keep going. It's kind of, I think, where Baroom's at.
Yeah.
So we're taking her with us.
We can't leave her here to be eaten by what's the worm that popped into High Helm? A magma worm or something? It bowed and...
I can't remember if it's the Crimson Worm or the Magma Worm. One of them is... Magma Worm is the new one. Crimson Worm is the pre-master.
Gotcha. Magma Worm. She'll get eaten by a Magma Worm. And if we send her back with a torch, she might also get eaten by a Magma Worm. Or she'll go and be like, give me more assassins. We'll get them next time.
Unless that other guy comes back.
An hour.
Yeah, we don't have enough torches for...
You really need a lamp and, like, a gallon of oil.
How many torches must they have had coming down this way? Yeah, okay. Then Baroom would...
I mean, the guy carrying a torch is probably the guy who had the lamp with oil.
Oh. Yeah. So, yeah, Baroom would then say, change plans. We'll only light a torch for her at camp because we can't afford... As it turns out, these people who need to see, there's too many. There's too many.
We got a resub from Jax. Welcome back, Jax.
Hey.
Thanks for being here. God, it is so nice to see people resubbing after all this time.
It's really so good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like use some of the slack from the 49 1/4 feet of rope and just sort of drag her behind you.
Is she going to resist walking?
She can't see.
Well, yeah. That's why Baroom's going to walk next to her with a torch for as long as that lasts. And then he's got... Yeah, which we just learned is an hour, so we better start walking.
That, or give her a few torches and let her walk back.
I mean, we've been walking for over a day here.
Yeah, so she's fucked. If we let her go back on her own, now we know that she's fucked.
Unless she can catch up to her buddy.
It's been at least an hour.
45 minutes to an hour, yeah.
45 minutes to an hour, yeah.
So his torch is out.
But if maybe he has a lamp or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say the other guy, he did not have a lamp or anything on him, right? The ruffian.
He wasn't carrying a lamp, or like he wasn't wielding a lamp. He was wielding a torch. Whether or not he had one in his pack,
I'll say
Apparently they're called lantern in PF2E. A pint of oil lasts for 6 hours in a lantern. So a gallon of oil would last for 4 days. But a gallon of oil is also really heavy. That's like 12 pounds.
Wasn't he a human, though?
Yes.
So how much...
Oh. Apparently most oil weighs 7 to 8 pounds per gallon. There's
oil
oil weighs less than water? Oh, oil floats on water. Yeah, oil floats on water. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Water's 8.4 per gallon.
I just assume it's 8 in my brain. Water's 8 pounds per gallon.
Yeah, the 0.4 really only matters when you start getting into like 1,000+ gallons.
Tell me more about that, Matt. Don't.
Why would Matt know that so intimately?
Why would Matt know anything about thousands of gallons?
But
Okay. So that's the plan. To walk with her with the very limited light that you have.
Yeah, which Archie would be like, tomorrow I can take care of the problem with the light. Okay. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Archie does have the light spell.
Are these balmy boots like, is she barefoot now?
So you did say you took her boots.
Baroom doesn't know how bomb boots work. They would just take the boots off.
I mean, did you look at the blast boots? And what
I did.
They're for big jump.
They're for big jump, exactly. And I don't want somebody who I'm tied to big jumping.
Okay.
So Baroom would, I don't know, swap shoes with her.
Okay. Cool.
Just it's rude to make a person walk in the dark barefoot.
All right. Everyone remember Baroom wears shoes. Okay.
For now, until those blast boots go off.
Yeah. Okay. So walk with her. Light, boots. Moving on.
Yeah.
We'll
light as long as we can. Boots, make an impression.
From the break.
The boy.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna run an ad, and then go BRB. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Welcome back. We exist again, and I have to adjust my camera because I sat down.
I got water.
It is really annoying to me that I have to change the angle of my camera when I sit down, but like it makes sense because I stand at a different height relative to my desk than I sit. But so you're continuing to travel now with a prisoner, and you have not given any effort to identifying the ornate scroll case, which. Like, it's mystified.
Yeah.
So, like, you can see that it's mystified because there's a fucking question mark on it.
Correct. And this is a hopefully quick question. There's an identify magic activity.
Yep.
But I don't know if that's the correct activity if I don't know something's magical. Right? Like, identify magic explicitly is once you discover that an item, location, or ongoing effect is magical. How do I discover that?
Generally, from what I have seen, there's a variety of cantrips that can get you there.
Okay.
Detect magic. There's another
Done.
one.
Sense aura?
Sense aura. That's the one. Yep.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Then Baroom will use their detect magic cantrip card on the scroll. Just be like, Bamf is a magic.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Then Baroom holding torch, holding engineer lady will try to make an impression. And if that doesn't go anywhere, Baroom holding torch will attempt to identify the scroll as we're walking.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
P for party.
Krohan is
I'm
looking. That's what Krohan
Probably at the back again because Rohan's up front, and I'm really cautious about the fact that we had a tail at one point, and now I need to make sure that I can see anybody who's coming up behind us.
Okay. Do you want to mechanically scout to give the party +1 initiative? Or would you rather do something like cover tracks?
Cover tracks sounds good.
Okay.
Can you, or is this a familiar ability? Can fetch scout while you cover tracks?
Minions cannot do exploration activities.
Okay.
So no.
Are all familiars minions?
Familiars and animal companions are minions.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Can I use a familiar to do the scout? So if Archie...
So Archie's activity would be scout, and you would be utilizing your familiar to do so? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I
you
think
just can't
do
use
that
a familiar
of having...
to double your efficacy in exploration scenarios.
Okay. Yeah, so I think Archie would have Squire staying maybe like a couple 100 yards behind the party, where it's like far enough back where if someone was coming up behind us, we would get warning, but not so far back that Squire could easily get lost.
Okay. That's annoying. Okay. Untrained train. Okay. I'm looking at the example difficulties of the track activity, because what cover tracks does is it replaces the DC to track you with your survival DC, which is 10 plus your survival modifier, and the DC for tracking is roughly based by the sample track tasks lists. Untrained, the path of a large army following a road. That's not you. Trained, relatively fresh tracks of a rampaging bear through the plains. That's not you. A nimble panther's tracks through a jungle, or tracks obscured by rainfall. Given that most of the floors you're walking on are stone, that's probably closer. Tracks obscured by winter snow, tracks of a mouse or smaller creature, tracks left on surfaces that can't hold prints like bare rock. Hey, look, it's that one. So it's a master survival activity to track you, which is a DC 30.
So how did they find us in the first place?
Accident.
Likely because they weren't tracking you, they were following you.
Gotcha.
They weren't trying to follow traces of your having passed. They were just following you. And anytime you made a noise, you gave away your location again.
Mm-hmm.
I need to remember to make tea during the break. It's like, I'm already losing my voice.
Okay. Then Baroom. Action, exploration.
Weird that fetch shows up in the exploration tab of the party.
Why I asked the question.
Yeah. I guess since fetch is there and Squire isn't, that means that fetch can do an exploration activity.
Unclear.
I'm like, if it was both of them, I'd be like, yeah, but I know that I've like looked into this shit. But given
some
that
for
only, given
Adding
that
it to
only
the
one of-
list.
Cool, thanks.
yeah.
Given that only Fetch is there and Squire is not, it tells me that Fetch is likely capable for whatever reason. Like animal companions, yes. Familiars, no.
What would Fetch be doing?
There's the search. There's the search activity. That's the one that I was trying to remember. It complements Scout, but since Scout doesn't stack, and not Krohan is leading us the way that he knows the shard of Pauldron wants to go. But there could be other stuff along the way. Like we're specifically looking for signs of halflings, so that could be part of search. I'm just talking.
I don't know. Because I think I would have told Fetch to stay with you and the Gnome.
The enemy Gnome. Yeah.
The enemy Gnome.
That tracks.
No, I track. Wait, no, I cover tracks?
Untrack.
I untrack. There you go. So I don't know which activity that would line up with.
I guess the question is, do you really want to be covering tracks? Oh, well, no, sorry. That activity could be defend, but it's half your travel speed. So I assume that's not what we want.
I mean, cover tracks is also half travel speed.
Oh, but we just said we can't cover tracks because you would be replacing a 30 with conceivably a much lower number.
With your 19?
Guess I'll just be scouting then.
Yeah,
Scouting behind.
Yes, that is a thing. The exploration is an interesting mode where it's assuming that things happen in increments of 10 minutes instead of happening in increments of hours. So moving at half your travel speed is like, okay, cool, like we're moving through a fucking dungeon, that's fine. But if you're trying to move overland, some exploration activities are kind of weird. And you generally want to go for travel activities, like forage. But then forage has its own... no, it's subsist is the activity. Does that also require
that's downtime.
That is downtime. So I guess traveling is downtime rather than exploration. So there is some guidance in the book about the differences between exploration and downtime, and apparently I need to read more about it.
Cool.
I'm not too hung up on which activities you're using. I know that the game, for whatever reason, has a tendency to sort of grind to a halt whenever I ask that question. So I think I might only ask that question when it matters. Like, for this duration, what have you been doing? Which is something that I have done in the past.
Okay.
Like, just as an example, in playing D&D, it's like, if you say that you're sneaking, I don't ask you to roll stealth until it matters. Just sort of that idea. So I'm not super concerned about it. Basically, what I want to know is, like, do you just keep going with this prisoner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't see a way to send her back without functionally killing her.
Okay. Krohan is getting increasingly agitated just at her being here. You notice pretty obviously that as he stops at intersections and turns and consults the shard of armor, he gets increasingly secretive, and he starts looking over his shoulder, and he shoots a lot of glances in her direction.
I mean, was there any sort of like improvement if Baroom's talking to her, trying to like improve her morale towards them or whatever?
Yeah, it's a good question. Go ahead and roll. Is that diplomacy? Yeah. That's gonna be diplomancy against her.
Oh shit! Sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to. Do I know how diplomatic I'm being? Is it supposed to be blind?
That's a good question. Make an impression is not a secret activity.
Okay. I clicked it, so it usually tells me if it is or
Yeah.
isn't blind.
Yeah, that's not secret.
I just don't know the DC.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, so she becomes indifferent.
Okay.
Which is not enough to make a request.
No, it's not enough to make a request, but does she at least start to kind of talk to Baroom when Baroom's talking to her? Like, does she talk back at all?
She starts responding with one-word answers.
Okay. At a certain point, the torch will go out, and unless we have any interest in doing so, she will become effectively blind again.
Yep.
So the secrecy that Krohan is utilizing is not necessary.
Accurate.
um
I'm gonna guess it doesn't stop him though.
I'm gonna guess it
It does
doesn't
not.
stop him. But I'm also going to guess, unless like looking at her face, unless she's like tracking which way we're going or getting distraught, she's completely lost now.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Baroom's gonna lock away. Krohan's upset. I don't see a way to solve this. And just kind of put that away. And then, whilst guiding her, work on figuring out what's in the scroll.
Okay. So
Yeah.
she would actually volunteer to you that you should have let me die.
I mean, what a time to tell me. Wait, stop. And Baroom would ask, like, do you guys want to just turn around and send her back?
Yeah, I can give her some food.
Baroom can give her his last torch.
Yeah. I have a handful of torches.
Karan, do you have any torches to give to the blind lady? Yeah, I mean, doesn't have dark vision lady. Sorry. It's functionally the same.
Effectively blind, yeah.
If you want me to let you die, here, take some torches. Just, if you come back, then we'll kill you. That's allowed.
At least grant me the mercy of a swift death.
Well, you're not giving me a lot of options. I'm not going to kill you. Are you going to try and kill me right now?
Would that be enough?
No, because that feels like that on Aren's end. That feels like suicide by cop. I don't like that feeling. on a on a Baroom level, they would just be like, no,
Give me a sword
No.
and I will fall on it.
why?
For the
Does
forge.
the Forge will? Okay, yeah, the Forge wills it. All right, no, you get at least another day. You're stuck with us. uh, are you? There is nothing in the make an impression activity that says that you cannot try again or try to further improve said person's attitude.
It does say that it only lasts for the current social interaction.
Oh, an impression lasts.
Yeah.
Okay. So she could just go back to hostile, wanting me dead or wanting herself dead, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this reeks of religious fanaticism.
Yeah, and Broom is just like, I don't want to kill her. That's wrong. If she wants us to let her die, that feels better than us letting her die. Have we seen any cliffs? Like chasms into the dark?
Probably.
All right. Any further ones we see, Baroom will hold the rope tighter just in case she tries to jump. Yeah, Aren, am not like Baroom as a character is like we don't want to let her go, but she doesn't want to stay here. Aren is very much just like she's gonna be with us, and it's gonna make everyone unhappy. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm not used to having player characters that are actually like capital G good. Like so often do I have characters that are like lawful good on paper and they're just like shitty people who are like, you attacked me, so you deserve to die. And it doesn't matter what kind of death I grant you, you deserve death.
To kill cult members. No. Brainwashed people. We don't know that it's a cult. But yeah, the farther we've been walking, the farther away she is from being able to find her way out, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, technically, light says it lasts until your next daily preparation. So that would give a full 24 hours.
Oh, do you cast light on an object? Same as.
You can attach it to a creature.
Okay. So if we make her live with us, 24 hours or through the night, daily prepare tomorrow, you cast light on her, and we give her all the torches and say, get the fuck out of here. She's got a day and change to get back to a place where she could see.
Yep.
Basically.
That
Do you
seems
wanna just
fair.
sit and wait till tomorrow when Archie can cast it?
Would that make Krohan feel better?
Are you asking Krohan?
Yes, Baroom would ask. Would it make you feel better if we got rid of her as soon as possible and stopped taking her with us?
He takes this as an indication that you want him to kill her and like draws his clan dagger.
No
And like
cold
stalks
blood.
towards her until you.
No cold blood murder. Why are all of you so keen on murder? This is Baroom talking in general to the two dwarves in the party.
You're lumping me with him?
Sometimes you dwarves are just like, if they die, they die. Oh well. Baroom is being a dick now and frustrated.
I don't think I care much about the content of what you're accusing me of, more so the fact that you're lumping me in with Krohan.
Oh, because he's what?
Clanless.
Thank you. Clanless. Do we want to stop here then, I guess? Does it make a difference?
Really? I mean, it was already, wasn't it already a little ways into us traveling our second day?
We
I
are,
think so.
I guess, approaching 2 full
Nope.
days of travel.
Less than an hour into the second day of travel, we have become aware of a light behind us. So we've maybe walked a half a day at this point.
So she's got 2-ish days to walk back.
Well,
So
24 hours. So, because if she just did nothing
Yeah.
but run,
Yeah.
she'd be back in High Elm.
very reasonable.
All right. Sounds like that's the plan.
Yeah. I guess Baroom would just try and ask her if she's before she stops talking to them, just like, did you guys dig tunnels because of the forge? Unauthorized tunnel digging. Baroom's asking her if they were like part of that.
No.
Okay. This is a completely unrelated, different problem. Cool. Cool. Then yeah, I would say then that's what we do, just to get rid of her.
Okay. Just curious, does anyone have a cantrip card of light?
I was looking and I do not.
Okay. So I know
Um,
you have so many fucking goddamn cantrip cards.
I have-
Shield, caustic, detect. Oh, I use detect magic. Yeah. Okay.
I have Stabilize and Tangle.
Don't think those help.
Oh,
Ignition.
Caustic blast would probably make you feel like you were on fire. Would that work?
No. No.
We apparently left a Know the Way cantrip card in the stash. But
That's because I have know the way, so we didn't need it. Also, I don't really. I wouldn't want to give that to her. I don't want her to know the way. I just want her to find a way that's not this one.
We push her out into the void and then she's no longer our problem. Like what?
Baroom is going to, I think, learn from this experience. Don't take prisoners. You just don't kill them yourself. You let them die. Letting them die is now acceptable.
That is certainly one of the lessons of all time. Okay, so this is the plan.
Yep.
What do you
Camp
do
here.
for however fucking long until you're ready to fall asleep and then head out again?
Tie her to a rock or something so she can't leave. Or bind her wrist, bind her ankle. Something.
Tie her to a fetch so she can't leave.
Oh, fair. That's probably more convenient and smart. Yeah.
just put a loop in the rope and the fetch can just hold on to one side.
With their creepy Rayman arms
Yeah.
that they don't have.
They don't have. They're attached. Okay, they're attached. I do want to ask Archie again about details, if he's willing to spill any more information about that.
Okay, so look. You know, that I was out of High Helm. I forgot the name of the city.
Oh shit.
Starts with an
Where is it?
A.
Yeah. Where is it? That's what I just.
Uh, Andoran?
That's a country.
Fuck.
It's
Was it another dwarven citadel?
No. Almas,
yeah.
the capital of Andoran.
Yeah. It was almost for kind of the big
Oh, Andoran.
celebration going through new it, it, look, we were trying to make new devices that would help ease everyone's lives, make everything a lot simpler, maybe let people have a little more con- basically I was trying to make things better. We needed some materials. Things got difficult to acquire. I may have found subpar components, but no one checked my work, so it's not my fault. And during the display, it turns out if you don't have the correct components, well, it didn't function the way it was supposed to.
Did it blow up? Was it a bomb?
There was fire. I was kind of getting.
Was the damage done both concussive and fire damage? Capital C Sonic or capital T Thunder and capital F fire damage.
I'm sorry, I just love that Aren said capital C Sonic.
Oh, I meant concussive. Whatever. I don't know.
I have to point out again that I feel like you're glossing over some rather important details.
I truthfully didn't hang around very long.
What makes you think they'd want to kill you for that?
As I said, I may have got the incorrect components and might have kind of just left when things started going bad.
Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. You should at least apologize when you kill somebody.
No. To my knowledge, I did not kill anyone.
Wow. Aren, I'm just like, oh, okay. Horse blinder.
We love weasel phrases.
But
so you're a mad scientist?
I left. My lab was perfectly intact when I left. They can find all the notes and relevant information that they needed in there. It was look, it's like any lab. It's got things that you shouldn't touch. We all understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're in denial, all right. And that's not a river in Galarian.
But I mean, I've been doing that for so long. Oh, I mean, that was like Archie like starts like trying to do mental math, and he's like, I don't know, 9 years, 10 years. That's almost the longest I've done anything.
Okay. Is that I feel unglossed. I feel very Matt right now on that's very funny. I feel the opposite of High Sheen about the very clear what we did. Or what Archie did.
Truthfully, there's bits of it I don't even know right now. Because
Well, they want you dead.
Yeah, that might have caused more of an issue than I thought it did originally.
Maybe they just wanted to kidnap you because it caused issues and you're the only one who could reverse engineer what you did. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
I'll have to wait till I get interested in engineering again. I mean, I haven't even been into the craftsman districts of High Helms since then.
Why would you avoid the craftsman district in High Helm if it didn't happen in High Helm?
The display wasn't in High Helm.
Did you work in High Helm? Wait, so these... Okay, we can't let her go now. She's from High Helm.
No. As I said, I think she was a cousin of someone I worked with. Maybe like...
Oh my god, you killed somebody important. Guys, we're fucked.
As I said, they could have checked my work. Okay, yeah, yes, it was bad, but all the great adventures we're having.
but I've moved on, you see, so it's fine.
Yeah,
I just want
to a little.
I just want to say one thing, and then we can move on. When you work as part of a team, your teammates should be able to trust you to pull your weight, and not have to double check your work to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. This coming from someone who spent years working as part of a team. That's it.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Just like Aren, want to give you Matt a hero point. That's awesome. Baroom would have been trying to identify magic on the object.
Okay.
I don't know how long it's supposed to take.
I think it's 10 minutes.
You can spend 10 minutes. There it is. Yep.
Okay.
We've got plenty of time.
I know.
I want to say any spellcasting tradition related skill is fine to identify magic item.
Okay.
Identifying a spell requires the skill associated with that spell's tradition, but for a magic item that doesn't have a specific tradition, it is just whatever fucking tradition you want.
Cool. Occultism it is.
Cool. Come on, critical fail so I can lie to you.
Oh, I gotta blind GM it. Cool.
Yep, it's a secret check.
Knowledge of ancient history. I don't suppose I could apply that circumstance bonus. It's just an item.
Yeah.
Blind GM. Bam.
Okay. Fine. You successfully identify it.
I'm just saying, if I didn't, you would have to really quickly
come up with a lie.
Like,
yeah.
Well, no, you'd have to very quickly edit the mystified item such that when you demystified it, so I know you're not lying to me, it says something.
I've done this before. I have done this before.
Baroom suddenly checks their shadow studded leather armor. Is it studded with something else? Have I always been in the shadows?
Yeah, what does shadow do? It's like +1 to stealth.
I didn't get that far.
Aren, I believe you're reading it very quietly so that no one else can.
Yes, I was. Sorry. I was reading it in my head. That's very dumb. The scroll thing is a lesser furnace of endings. So one can make use of these metal scroll cases to deliver secret messages or as a way to smuggle stolen documents, since initial inspections find an elegant yet empty case. The cases are enchanted to instantly immolate any. I can also, I bet you I could.
Ha ha ha!
Just make you all read it. Are enchanted to instantly immolate any parchment or document placed inside of it. While invested, you can interact with the scroll case to recreate the last message that was destroyed this way. For as long as it's open, ashes will rise in the air, recreating the text of the message exactly as it was written. When you close the case or leave it unattended for 1 minute, the message scatters until the next time you interact with it. So, 2 options to know the thing that was burnt up in it. Oh no, you have to invest it.
Yep.
And then you can leave it open to make it one at a time, letter by letter or something.
Correct.
Okay.
So, tomorrow, at what passes for morning in the Darklands, you can invest the Furnace of Endings during your daily preparations, and that will allow you to use its invested abilities.
Is there an investment cap?
10.
Okay.
Way better than D&D.
Yup.
I
There's
would
also
love to
just
be
more
able to
magic
do that in D&D.
Oh my god. 10.
Um,
So, I will say that D&D magic items are generally more impactful than Pathfinder. Like, this would probably not be an attunement object, an attunement item in D&D. Yeah. Investment and attunement are very different systems with very different balance. I just watched an entire hour-long video from a guy who straight up stands Pathfinder about why bounded accuracy is garbage, and D&D 5e did not deliver on its promises to make a system where bounded accuracy works. I thoroughly enjoyed this video because I like when people dunk on D&D because it's a fucking shitty system. It's terrible. It is functional between levels 3 and 8, sometimes 9, and around 10 to 11, it just completely falls to fucking pieces. At level 13, it is shattered into a million fragments.
5th level spells?
7th level spells.
Or sorry, 7th level. I was like, which level spells are that?
Yeah. Teleport and plane shift, utterly game breaking. Among others. Anyway.
Okay. 9 minutes. I would then say, do we want to just sort of fast forward to tomorrow morning of preparations?
Let's fast forward to tomorrow morning.
The only thing I would like on the record that I did before we rested is use the blast boots, because that seems cool.
Oh, okay, cool. So
because you said they're going to go away.
You do big jump?
I do a big jump to nowhere.
Okay, cool. Except the lesser blast boots aren't even bigger jump. It's just faster jump. It's a 1 action long or high jump rather than a 2 action long or high jump. Actually,
you know what?
I'm not even certain that it makes it 1 action. As written, it sort of sounds like the only thing that it does is make it so that you can just do, you stand at the edge. If you start your turn at the edge of a cliff, you can just jump. and you don't have to like run to the cliff and then long jump. You just, yeah. The lesser blast boots seem kind of useless. The moderate blast boots, on the other hand, big fucking
big
extra
jump in functionality. Okay.
Yeah, moderate blast boots increase your high jump by 30 feet and your long jump by 45 feet.
Okay.
And they're level 3.
That's because nobody makes jumping matter, I guess. Or jumping is, like a tool you're supposed to use. That's actually probably the answer. In Pathfinder, it's always, no, it's level 3 because it's a tool in your arsenal. You're supposed to use it.
Yep. That said, Archie would have learned how to make moderate blast boots had he not ripped those pages out.
Fuck that engineering.
Because as of the remaster, if you have a formula for any version of a thing, you also get its lower level versions, and as you level up, its higher level versions that are your level or lower.
Okay. Good job, Archie.
So I don't have to learn the better smoke bombs.
Correct. You already
Nice.
have
And-
smoke ball. Yeah. I don't know
How-
what. Oh god, it's literally lesser and greater. That's it. Those are the only levels of smoke ball, and greater is at level 7. But
How are bombs not engineering, but boots are?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Alchemy.
bombs are alchemical. You need a feat to make bombs.
What are the boots? Crafting?
Gadget.
You just need feet to use boots.
Accurate. But no, the blast boots had the gadget trait, which is a consumable type of tool, which does not require a separate feat to craft, which is really weird.
Got you. So anything that was gadgety is what Archie threw out. Understood.
Yeah. Was there anything in that journal that actually had the gadget tag that or the from the book? Alchemical, consumable. Okay. Fun fact, one of the 4 things that are remaining in the journal, the formula book, I homebrewed.
That is very good.
Do we want to just take our longer break now?
I think we
Yeah.
should take our longer break now. Yeah. So y'all can do your daily preparations during the break. Archie's presumably going to swap out one of his cantrips for light. Yeah, so we'll be back in like 10-ish minutes. We're gonna get probably snacks. I'm gonna stand up again. Sitting is actually hurting me, surprisingly. Yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Bye. Welcome back. We're still playing Pathfinder and not D&D. Never D&D. We don't play D&D anymore. I mean, I can't speak for the 3 of you. You might play D&D. I think Jordan plays D&D.
I played D&D.
You play 4th edition, which is less bad. Somehow.
There's rules for everything.
Somehow 4e is worse than 5e right now. Oh, because Wizards burned the world down with like 5e and 5.5e, and so like any system that they're still printing is evil, but anything older than that, it's fine.
4th edition has its pros and its cons.
Yeah, 4th edition had its merits, and I, like many others, was too blind to see them at the time. In my defense, I started playing D&D in September of 2008, which was like a month after 4th edition came out, so I started with 4th edition. That was the first D&D I had ever played, and I was just very influenced by like everyone else. Let's see the results of the Who Gets a Hero Point. 1 person voted. for Aren.
Oh, boo. Did I not vote? Boo. I would have tied it up.
That said, Aren's at 0, so, you know.
C for
they're at
character
1.
sheet.
I do just want to address a comment we got on Twitch, which was that, oh, this must be the first time meeting you, Juniper, which I thoroughly appreciate. Thank you very much for that. And also, no. I am and always have been the perma DM here at Gilded Troll. I have been known by a different name. Yes, I am trans. I am a trans woman, she, her, you can see right here. Not gonna hide that. I'm not gonna pretend that that's not true. If you don't like that, you can go fuck off. I appreciate everyone who's been supportive. Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving on. So, you do your daily preparations the next morning. I should roll dice to see how off from 24 hours that you collectively get. I'm not going to, but I should.
In the sheet.
What? My headphones.
In the
popped.
sheet. In the discussion sheet.
In the discussion sheet, sure. Excuse me.
What's pulling a striking rune off an object? What's that?
So you need the magic crafter feat in order to transfer a rune, I believe. I believe you need the magic crafter feat to transfer a rune. I'm gonna Google that, actually. Transfer rune, magic crafter.
If I could get away with not having to carry one bulk, I would, but that's okay.
I could put it in my pouch.
You could.
The pouch
I'm not
is only
encumbered
a
right
quarter
now.
of the way full.
I'm not encumbered right now, so it's cool, but it might matter later.
It was clarified that you do need the magical crafting skill feat to transfer runes. It's not hard to find someone with that feat in any settlement of level 2 or higher. Buy the transfer service at the listed price or slightly above. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so in order to remove a rune from an item, you either need a comparable item that is capable of accepting the rune, and then you can transfer from A to B, or you can always just transfer the rune from the item into a rune stone, and then if I recall correctly, you can scribe a rune stone into your item without the feat.
Fetch, turn around quickly. He's a stone, it counts.
I'm gonna make fetch a striking rune.
I bet you can't do that, but that would be very fun. Fetch's arm is a rock. Strike rock.
A rune stone
yeah.
is a level 1 common consumable magic item. It's worth 3 gold.
I would not recommend consuming fetch. You'll crack your teeth.
Okay, so you...
The way that Baroom consumes would work eventually.
Not organic.
I thought rocks were... We're not going to have this fight again. Daily prepare. Done.
Daily preparations. You cast light on the engineer and give her some torches and send her on her fucking way.
Yep.
Yeah, if you come back, we'll kill you. Quoting the line.
I give her 5 torches.
Okay.
Baroom gives her their last torch. So.
Okay.
I'm taking my rope back.
Nice. Okay. What was that, Matt?
So I say I almost have a free bulk of weight now.
Almost a free bulk.
I mean, I
3.1.
I only get
3 bulk, 1 light.
I only get 4 bulk, so
I mean, it doesn't help that you have 6 daggers.
Gosh.
but I need
That
those
said,
daggers.
that said, we did learn that even though your encumbered threshold is 4, You can go to 4 bulk 9 light without becoming encumbered. So that's cool. So you continue to travel.
What does she do when we we light her up with a glow spell and give her some torches and tell her to get the fuck out?
She runs off into the dark.
Okay. No, not the dark. She's lit up.
I mean, she leaves darkness behind her as she goes.
She's trying to catch the darkness, and it will never allow her to.
I mean, assuming she was capable of accelerating to the speed of light.
Then she's got other problems.
Yeah, well, then, yeah, those problems mainly. Why could we catch her?
I was thinking
time
like
dilation.
air resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They're problems. Okay. So you continue traveling.
Is Krohan acting better, or like
Yes.
less tense?
Yeah. Very very much so. About an hour after you part ways, the entire hour of which, by the way, he is just constantly like looking over his shoulder and like making sure that you're not being followed and all of that jazz. He continues to speak in sort of code, like not really, but like he uses vague terms to describe things just in case someone's listening. And he says that a decade ago, last I was here, and he like gestures off in the distance. The cave was lousy with bats and covered in guano. And when I went looking a few months ago, I found a fungal explosion. And he points at Baroom and he says, "That's where you come in. I think."
Mm-hmm. You want me to eat the guano?
No, I'm...
Do you want me to talk to the fungus?
Is that a thing you do?
No.
That's a feat that you didn't take, isn't it?
It's a feat that I didn't take. I did take Leshy Lord. So
Right.
no.
You didn't take, what is it, like plant empathy?
Or something, yeah.
Oh my
I
god,
have
it's called
plant
plant
empathy.
empathy. Oh no, plant empathy is a druid feat. Damn!
I have plant empathy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why I didn't take it. I didn't need it. It was like, look, I know enough about plants.
No,
Rob can
'cause,
get their vibes.
I don't know how to like search Foundry for like, okay, so I go to the feats compendium, which doesn't want to open. Oh god, it just took forever. Okay, that's not good. That's so slow and bad. Okay, let's get rid of that.
Speak with Kindred. That's a 5th level Leshy ancestry feat.
Speak with Kindred.
That's a 5th level ancestry feat.
That is, yes, that is kind of the one that I was thinking about. It's not a feat that you have. I assume that was a level 1 feat. Anyway.
Speak with Kindred is not, no.
Yeah, I see that.
No. The one that I took, I have now taken, is Leshy Lore.
Right.
But still, Anyways, regardless, that's where I come in. Why do you think so, Krohan?
Well, the mushrooms are moving.
Oh no.
And not moving like the way that you move, but more like swaying in a breeze that I couldn't feel or see or hear.
How far are we away from
We'll be there tomorrow.
and we've been basically going through kind of featureless tunnel, right?
No?
Sorry, to clarify, featureless not meaning smooth, like, literally without features, but I mean like natural cave tunnel that's just doing natural cave things. There's been no work stone, no obvious. Yeah, sorry,
Generic
featureless.
tunnel B.
By featureless, I meant there's been no unexpected features in this cave we've been going through, right?
Correct. There have been ravines, there have been fungi, there have been water dripping down walls or from the ceiling. There have been stalactites and stalagmites. There have even been occasional bats, and even chimneys that may or may not go all the way to the surface because you're not actually descending all that far. Very normal cave things.
Okay.
Not worked stone, not clearly the tunnel left by a gargantuan boring worm.
Nothing that would trigger Baroom's memory of having come this way. Like nothing distinctive.
So shortly after this conversation,
I'm sorry.
don't be. That was a perfect setup. Thank you. Shortly after this conversation that you have with Krohan, you hear a mushroom song.
Is it the bad one?
No? It sounds
Oh.
okay. It sounds like a mushroom song.
Is this
And
something
then-
just Baroom hears, or is it something we all hear?
Just Baroom. I think your microphone cut out what you just said.
No, it didn't. I think
Okay.
I was thinking. Baroom would, if they hear a mushroom song and not and it's not like a bad discordant sort of melody, Baroom would at a certain point very low volume, almost like under their breath, start Baroom, like rum tum tumming along to it.
Okay.
So you guys would hear that. Which I don't think would be out of the ordinary. I suspect Baroom's one of those kind of hum to themselves all the time type things. But this one is if you bothered to notice, a distinct tune.
Okay. So, over the next several hours of travel, the song starts taking on a more discordant tone.
We should just not do this. I actually have changed my mind. It's bad. It's bad.
What? What's bad? What?
The mushroom song is
The what?
bad.
The only mushroom song I know is whatever you sing.
Yes, and I'm just it's a bad Baroom would truly sort of descend. I don't need to sort of do it, but Baroom would descend into kind of just repeating the phrase of like, the mushroom song is bad, the mushroom song is bad, and variations on that theme, and just going like, ugh, it's wrong, it's itchy, I don't like it, it's bad, it's wrong. Do we have to? Functionally. Um, and I would say like, would sort of circle around to the, are you sure we gotta this? It's bad, it's bad, it's bad, and kind of circle the drain on that.
Yeah, we gotta.
But um, does it sound like the song that woke me up?
No.
Okay. I don't know what's up ahead, but it's mushrooms. It's a bad. I think Baroom would like kind of take a breath and liken it to be like, it would be like the sound of like 1,000, mining picks, and they're all sort of tink tink tinking in the correct order, and then just something just going gong, just randomly wrong and bad in that melody. That's what it sounds like. But the sound of growing and the sound of decomposing, and then in the middle of it, just like bad. I don't know. Because death is good in a song like that. It's not a death sound, it's just a bad sound. I don't think Baroom would try and recreate it for you because that's not a good thing to do. And yeah, if we have to keep going, like obviously, Baroom would just like sit there just making the nastier and nastier faces. Just like, it's terrible. At a certain point, they might even try and like cut off another section of the rope to cover their ears.
And I mark off another 0.25.
Does it get louder?
It does not. But it does not get
Okay,
any
if it's not
quieter. Oh, I thought you meant like in response to you putting the rope on.
Yeah. No, does the
Okay.
sound get louder as we walk to where, like, as we follow Krohan?
Yes.
Okay, then Barum would put the earplugs in.
Okay.
And now you're saying it does not get quieter
It does
doing.
not get quieter by doing that.
Then Barum would take them out and just waste 0.25 bits of rope.
Great. Love it. Okay. So by the time that it is time to stop for the night, this song is really unpleasant. It is deeply unpleasant. To the point where you are likely going to have a hard time sleeping.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm actually going to offer you a choice. And
Okay.
I don't actually fully understand the mechanical implications of this choice, so this is fun. Tomorrow morning, you will either be fatigued or frightened. Frightened one.
With an inability to get...
Until you can free yourself of this song.
Am I allowed to look up fatigued versus frightened before I give my answer?
I don't know what they do. Okay, fatigued. Ooh, okay. So fatigued only affects AC and saving throws. Whereas frightened affects all of your checks and DCs, but fatigued also prevents exploration activities. So that's actually a mechanically interesting choice.
Fuck.
Yay me.
Okay. So all checks, all DCs, or what's hold on, I don't have
AC and saves, and can't use exploration activities. Basically, the choice that I'm giving you, Aren, the player, is do you sleep through this and have terrible nightmares?
Yes.
Or do you stay up the entire night avoiding sleep because
Yeah,
of the
I
nightmares?
think that Baroom is just gonna take I think Baroom would be fatigued.
Okay.
Like there is something wrong about this song that Baroom is just confident if I go to sleep, it'll do something to me in my sleep. I can't.
Okay.
At, not to reverse time, because I think that after said thing, Baroom would not have done so. Like will not do anything else. But do we want to have figured out what the furnace of endings is before the whole conversation with Krahan?
Probably
Because
should have done that.
once we hear the
Yeah.
mushroom song, Baroom has no fucking interest in
Yeah,
this.
you absolutely. I assume you would have done that first thing in the morning.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't want to
You're
rewind,
good.
but I do.
No, you're good. I am glad to rewind this particular. So you're gonna, having invested it, you're gonna open it, understanding that this is going to reproduce the last thing that it destroyed.
Yes.
Okay. Matt, what were you gonna say?
Okay. Nothing.
Okay. As you open it, ash and smoke pour out of it and just sort of hang in the air and create words.
Okay. And I assume we can all see these?
Oh yeah, I mean this is just words in the air.
Okay, cool. Well, good news. Baroom's got a writing set, so I will copy this down.
Okay.
Is that a thing that I can do?
So just in case that this is a little too small to read on stream, because I think it might be, because bitrate is a thing. It says, retrieve Archibald, a former partner with ties to the Forge. He must be brought in alive, unharmed, and compliant. Non-lethal subdual only. Companions unimportant. Avoid causing permanent injury or using forceful resistance. Once secured, deliver him to the House of Ash. Complete by the 5th moon.
Oh.
How do you create an item?
I don't know. I mean, you can always
Because
just
I
put
have
it
a...
in the notes section.
found it. Got it. Cool.
When would so 5th moon? I guess is that just like the 5th month, or how is time in?
That's a good fucking
No, the
question.
moon comes up every day.
Let's see. Galarian calendar. Oh, I just realized that there's a. Okay. Oh right. When we started the campaign in July, I set the in-game clock to July, and then I've literally never used it since.
I think we used it. I think we did exclusively to get certain conditions to drop down, because we had the similar conversation where you're like, I was like, how do I get this 10-minute condition to leave? And you're like, oh, I can fast forward the calendar by 10 minutes. And then it disappeared. That doesn't seem like a convenient thing to do, though.
No. Apparently the months are named after gods. But like it's not just like the name of the month is the name of the god. So like the month named after Aridin is Aridus. The month named after Rovagug is Rova. The month named after Lamashtu is Lamashon.
Are there 12 months with 30 days apiece?
There are 12 months with 29 to 31 days apiece.
Oh, Pathfinder. You have a February?
I believe Pathfinder literally has our calendar with different month names. Period. So the reason there's 29 days in Callistril, which is their February, is because when I set this up, it was 2024, a leap year.
Amazing. Okay. A+, no notes.
So yeah, if I go to 4713, it's a 28-day month.
Okay. Callistril.
4716 is also a 28-day month.
Okay. So, yeah. So, the fifth moon would be 5 months from ish now. Reasonably. Or no, 5 nights from now?
A moon would be a month.
Okay.
But it's 5 moons from when?
How long did it take to find Archie? Fair enough. All right, but fast forward. We learned that this morning, and we have pressing issues. Baroom doesn't sleep. It's terrible.
Yeah. When you do, I'm going to use the word wake, but I know you're not like really sleeping, but like there would be periods of dozing. When it is time to get up in the morning and you jolt to awakeness, it is terrifyingly familiar. This is the wrong song. This is the song that woke you.
Okay. During sort of daily preparation things, I think Baroom would share that with the group at large, just like something to the effect of like, I think whatever it is that I'm hearing is the thing that made me what I am. I don't know what's singing it, but I think it should be dead. So it shuts up. Like, and not exactly in these words, like the tenor of the conversation. There's probably others like me. I don't even know. I don't know. I just woke up and ran. But yeah, if we have to go back, whatever's singing like that should fucking die. Also, it probably has the king's dagger, apparently. I would bet you it has it. That's the kind of thing that a creepy singing thing would do. Carry a magic dagger, right? That's what creepy singing things do. Now having Leshy lore from just exposure to life, does anything trigger as like a potential creator of Leshies that could be doing this? Like creator, I'm assuming of evil Leshies based on the evil song, but that's Baroom's sort of impression of the song.
Yeah, let's do some recall knowledge with Leshy lore. This is going to be a specific lore, so it's going to be a really low DC.
It is blind GM, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. So you know that the most typical creator of Leshies is druids. People who are very in tune with the natural order of the world and are able to summon a primal spirit and bind it to a physical form. This is the thing that that the druids do. Specifically, Leaf Order druids, I believe, is the one that gets like Leshy familiar. That said, Leshies like you, Leshies that have independent sentience and are not bound to a druid, tend to be more the creation of other Leshies.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think that Baroom would share that sort of thought process because it might be offensive to Grom. Baroom would just be like, whatever it is, it's gotta stop. I will never sleep again. It's gotta stop.
So I do think I'll point out, like, Grom knows that he has magic now, but I don't think he's connected with Druid.
Yeah. But I think Baroom would go, I don't want to tell Grom an evil druid may have made, like, Baroom's pretty sure that it's not, but would just like keep that
Even
knowledge
if
and just be
Grom
like,
hasn't put it together, Baroom did.
yeah.
I was gonna say Archie thinks Grom is a witch, so
Well, you have a familiar. That's what witch do.
I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah. Does Crowhorn say anything about the like Baroom like just like spits out? And it probably has the fucking magic dagger.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Best I could tell, that this is the way to the dagger.
Okay.
So.
but did you lose the dagger in the mushroom room? Previously the bat
Did you lose it
room?
in the guano room? Yeah.
I was headed down a crevasse when a swarm of bats suddenly attacked me. I drew my weapon to fend them off, and it was knocked from my hand. It fell down a fissure and was beyond my capabilities to recover.
And that was at this room where the mushrooms are currently.
Right.
So
You never know. It could be. Yeah, you never know.
I mean, a magical relic being lost and suddenly the room changing its entire ecological standpoint. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you continue to travel. Just trying to move things along.
Yeah. Sorry.
And it gets worse and worse for you, Baroom, the entire goddamn way until it's at a fever pitch. It is. I don't know if you've ever had a panic attack, but it's like it feels like you're about to have one, but like for an hour, as you finally approach this, quite frankly, massive cave. It is, God, how long? You're gonna tell me how big it is, right? Of course not. You suck.
We had this happen in my 4E game last night. The DM was one of our characters always is flying, and the
Mhm.
DM was just like, I can't tell you how high the ceiling is. There's so many fucking rooms in this cave. I have no idea how tall the ceiling is. How big's the room? Oh, you're just not gonna good. Great, cool. I don't fucking know.
So this cave, since you all have dark vision, you can see the entire cave. It's fantastic. The book assumes that you don't have dark vision and you're relying on regular vision. The cave is about 200 feet in diameter. There is a natural pillar of stone, a bit off to your left as you enter, rising from floor to ceiling. And it is this irregularly shaped, normal for a cave, dome. And even if you didn't have dark vision, you could get a vague sense of the size of the cave because there's bioluminescent fungi clinging to the walls. Not enough to illuminate anything, but enough to get a sense of the scale. As you enter, you are about... You gonna tell me? 25 feet above the main cavern floor on an overlook. And at the far end of the cavern is an absolutely fuck massive mushroom. Just like 50 feet tall. 50 feet diameter. There's a door on it.
There's a door in the mushroom.
There's a door. There are windows.
Is the sound coming from the mushroom, the giant one?
The sound is coming from the cave.
Okay.
By the way, the floor of the cavern, which I'll remind you, you're 25 feet above the floor, is carpeted with fungi of all varieties.
Like it's unnavigable?
That you would have to walk on top of or through the sea of fungus. to get
Okay.
through. Yeah. Like it's like a lawn of fungus. Like try walking through someone's lawn without stepping on a blade of grass. No.
Yeah. I guess I was more asking, is it lawn or is it jungle with super dense underbrush where the only path through is cutting?
Lawn.
Okay.
To the side.
Baroom is no help. Baroom is currently dealing with a massive internal crisis
Okay.
of,
To
they've
the
taken
side.
the earplugs, put them back in.
To the side there is a ramp that clings along the wall of the cave and winds down to the floor level.
Does it switch back?
It doesn't.
Boo.
Yeah.
Do we want to make our way through the mushrooms to the creepy mushroom house?
I don't see any other way to do it.
I mean, we're assuming the dagger is in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This room somewhere.
Does Krohan's pauldron tell us to go anywhere specific besides in?
In.
Actually, with that, with going in here, like asking Crohan, be like, was there a mushroom house? You said you came here again. Was the mushroom house here last time?
I think it might have been a little bit smaller, but yeah. I didn't spend a lot of time here.
With the advantage of height,
Mm-hmm.
Could Baroom using the what's it called? Using the scholarly journal, could Baroom recall knowledge? I'm guessing it's just got to be Darklands lore. Just track using the vantage point of height, tracking the path we might take. Do any of the mushrooms look like they're the kind that eat you, kill you, stab you? Well, poisonous, not venomous. All those sorts of things. Tracking a vague path from the ramp to the house.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Darklands, and then scholarly journal.
Which of these mushrooms look like I got in with bad crowd in high school?
Yeah, exactly. Plus ones. It's a circumstance bonus, right? Or is it an item bonus? Doesn't really matter.
Item bonus.
Well, too late. It's gonna say circumstance. Blind GM. Roll.
Okay. The vast majority of the fungus blanketing the floor of this cave looks like the nutritive variety. And by the nutritive variety, I mean a wide array of nutritive varieties in a, quite frankly, fairly aesthetically pleasing array of colors.
That we can't see.
No, they glow. They glow.
Not the ones on the floor. Just the.
So we can't see.
Nope, can't see the colors. But you can tell that they are different colors because of contrast. There are a number of mushrooms that just sort of stick up higher than the rest, and they're like the bushes among the grass. And you are able to identify a dozen or so that are shriekers.
Like, if we touch, they will scream.
If you get close, they will scream.
Okay. Baroom will point that out and be like, you see that one right there? Nope, that one. No, that one. The other. Yeah, that one.
No, the
It'll
gray
scream.
one.
Yeah. The other gray one.
No, the dark gray one.
But yeah, Baroom will describe very, vague, like its shape, its habit, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It'll scream if we get close. And I'm not saying we should be sneaking in, but we probably don't want to scream our presence. Also, I suspect if they scream, it'll hurt even more. I already have voices in my head right now. I don't need screaming on top of it. Just a question. The discordant mushroom music in my head, it has never had a voice and like asked for things, told me things, anything else like that. It's just a sound. Okay. Just a tone melody. Cool.
Yep.
So yeah, so Baroom would point out those and then would suggest we just come what we came here to do, and the simplest place to start looking for a magical legendary artifact is in the fucking giant house. Seems suspicious.
Okay. What's the plan?
What I'd like to do as we're meandering our way through this floor, avoiding shriekers, is be casting Detect Metal.
Ooh.
Okay.
In case the dagger's, somewhere on the floor here, and we can just avoid going to the house.
All right.
Well, Baroom can't take any exploration activities, but is walking vaguely stealthily along, like just with an energy towards not, singing, not talking, not announcing presence,
Okay.
down the ramp, and then I guess in the most direct avoiding Shrieker's path to the house.
Okay. So Krohan is going to take a more hesitant position in the party. What would the new marching order be if he's not leading? And I assume you're walking down the ramp?
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not covered in Shriekers, and yeah.
The ramp does not have Shriekers.
Okay, yeah. Baroom is explicitly like, that's a Shrieker, avoid walking anywhere near it.
Yeah,
If one were to describe it mechanically, would Baroom know if it was 30 feet, 60 feet, or 120 foot radius?
What?
If one were to describe Baroom's recall knowledge about the Shriekers, what does anywhere near mean? 30, 60, 120?
I don't think
You
you
can
roll well
just-
enough for that.
Okay, that's to be
Actually,
clear.
that said, you are allowed to roll again, and the DC will go up. You're allowed to ask that
What?
question, recall knowledge again, and it will just be a higher DC.
Okay.
That's how recall knowledge works. You're allowed to continue asking questions about a thing until you fail a check.
It only takes a minute to use the journal for it.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, fuck it. Darklands lore. I don't know how to spell.
Spelled it right last time. You don't know.
Okay. Don't get close.
What's that?
I said, don't get close to them. What's close? I don't know. Close.
So let Baroom lead, and
No, because Baroom can't can't be doing anything while they're walking. Baroom will just walk.
Yay, fatigue. So, marching order, who's going first?
Second.
Baroom is second.
yeah, I was trying to think like. So I
Can
mean,
you
everything's.
detect magic?
I have read aura,
Isn't
but
that like
it takes a
1
minute to
cast?
cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a singular. Like Archie would point at a mushroom and go, "Is that magic?" Okay, go to the next spot. Is that?
Hmm.
No, I was trying to think of like, with it being like a lawn. Like I'm guessing most of the mushrooms are fairly like ankle high, and then
It's
are the
really fucking
shriekers like?
hard to tell how tall like the baseline is because like you can't see the floor.
Oh, I assume at this point down at the bottom of the ramp.
Incorrect. I'm still trying to establish marching order.
Never mind.
If I go first, then I would like to not be detecting metal, but I would also like to be detecting metal, so I would like to not go first.
Baroom
Okay,
will go
yeah.
first. Problem solved.
Okay.
I was gonna say Archie can go first, and
Archie's too squishy. Baroom will go first.
Okay.
But we could go alphabetically.
So Baroom, Grom, Fetch, Archie, Krohan. Sound good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is Scabbers is not the name of your familiar. It's just
Squire.
a rabbit.
Squire.
Squire, thank you. I had SC stuck in my head and I was like, it's a rabid rat thing. No. Squire, the Pine Marten, are they still a couple hundred yards behind us or on with us?
They would be with us now. So, Squire still does have flight, just in case.
Yeah.
And they can speak now, so they can verbally tell you how much they don't like everyone else.
Adorable. All right. So, Grom, you're detecting metal. Baroom can't exploration activities. Krohan's going to scout from the back, so give everyone +1 initiative. Archie, what's your exploration?
What would be basically like search?
Yeah.
Search would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Primarily just like any dangerous looking mushrooms out here. Like if there's shriekers out here, are there other like dangerous looking stuff? And just wanting to be on the lookout for
Yeah. All the cordyceps fungus, the shriekers, the bloaters, the whatever else is in Last of Us that I don't remember. I didn't play that game.
I didn't either. So I spent like 3 years deliberately avoiding anything about that game so that I could play it when it came out on PC. And I even avoided watching the show when that came out so I could play the game when it came out on PC. And then the game came out on PC and it was apparently poorly optimized, so I was like, I'll wait. And that was 2 years ago and I still haven't played it.
It's still poorly optimized, apparently. I check in
Cool.
on it on
I
Steam
have
every
a
so often.
3090, so like I shouldn't give a fuck about how poorly, like, my computer's a beast. Anyway, okay, so Archie is on the lookout for other mushrooms of note. Make sure that there's nothing weird that you're running into. As you're making your way down the ramp, Baroom, you have absolutely no trouble walking down this ramp. Everyone else, on the other hand, you're finding it very slick with mold. It's just like there's just this film of slime on the entire ramp, and it makes it difficult to move quickly, which is fine as long as you move slowly. And then, about halfway down the ramp, a wave of slime just sort of heaves itself up the side of the cliff and onto the ramp. And we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Combat. Oh my god, what is this vision? What the
I
hell?
bet you this room would look super cool in color.
Probably. Why do you have Krohan selected? Why can't you see anything? Can you guys see things?
Mhm.
I can see a big giant room.
Why can't Stream see anything? Like, Stream can see the outline of the wall and that's it.
Oh, not even the outline of tokens going.
It can see the tokens, but like it can't see any floor. That's very weird to me. It has observer on all of your tokens. What the fuck?
Try reloading the map. Maybe the map just didn't load in.
I'm just gonna refresh and see what happens. Loading. There we go. Now I can see things. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna roll stealth for initiative on this thing because it was hiding.
We get a bonus for scouting.
Yes, you get a +1 circumstance.
What's the standard initiative thing? Because mine was still set to stealth
Perception.
from last time. It's perception?
Yep.
Cool.
I don't like that you're privately rolling more dice, but there's nothing I can do about it.
It's accurate. There's nothing you can do about it.
Suck it.
What are we fucking?
I said suck it.
Oh, okay, cool. I suppose Grom is first.
That's why suck it.
Yeah.
That said, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
I just want to show you. This is what you're up against.
Oh, I don't like it.
I love
It
the
looks
vague
perfectly
skull
healthy.
motifs.
Yeah, there are a bunch of faces.
Mm-hmm. I'm a fan.
Baroom thinks it looks perfectly happy and is regretful that it will have to kill it.
Fun fact: if you stride along the ramp, and you're not a fungus creature, you have to balance or move half your speed. Sorry.
What's half of 25? 12?
Sorry, I lied. You have to balance to move along this ramp. Succeeding on balance allows you to move half your speed. Critically succeeding the balance allows you to move your speed.
Can you step, or you can't even?
You can step. You cannot stride.
Okay, without balancing.
Balance is a separate action from stride.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Huh. Does this count as uneven ground composed of earth or rock?
Did you take that ancestry feat?
It's a Stone Order Druid feat.
Allow it.
I have to still make the balance check, but
you
if I
get a
succeed on an
bonus.
acrobatics check, I get a critical success instead of a success.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
That said, I don't know if I'm going to move this turn.
Okay.
Probably should, because Baroom... Baroom's fine. Baroom's got the most AC. What am I talking about? Baroom's
Yeah, I was
fine.
gonna say Baroom's current AC is not terrible.
So I'm gonna reach spell Gouging Claw.
Okay. That's 3 whole actions.
That's 3 whole actions. Do a slash attack. Ooh.
It is immune to critical hits.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
you bastard. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Alright. Damage. It's got 3 persistent bleeding. It's not immune to bleed. That is interesting.
It's got wounds.
Yep.
If
That's
we
my
can wound
turn.
it, it can die.
Okay.
I'm done.
Alright. It takes 3 persistent bleed. Did it take it? No, it didn't. Oh, it's going to do that at the end of the
End
turn.
of its turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would be written if it had reach. I'm guessing it doesn't because I don't see anything that suggests that it has reach. Okay. So it's gonna move. It is a fungus creature, so it doesn't have to balance. And then it's gonna pseudopod Baroom. Wait, why did you? Okay.
You rolled them secretly, so I don't know what you did.
Yep. That. Hang on. Why? I can't even. Like. Hang on. Let's try this one again. Roll. Dice.
You need to target Baroom.
I do have to target Baroom. That's why it's not working. Thank you. I know how to play this game. One more time.
You don't have to target Baroom. You could target literally anyone else.
Can you see that at all? No, you just see privately rolled dice.
No.
And I can't even like right click it to reveal. Oh, there it is. If I reveal, you still can't. Okay, cool. All you can see is hit by 3.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's a hit.
Ow.
Damage.
I can't apply the damage. It's a secret.
Yeah, I need to make everything public. There we go. Okay. Also, I need you to make a fortitude saving throw.
Well, I don't even remember where the... Oh, there it is. Got it. It's not a trap, is it? Oh, and I'm fucking fatigued, you bastard. Okay.
Okay, that is a success. It has a third action and it does not know how to smart, so it is going to. It's gonna swing what map?
I don't like this map. It's not good enough for me. Okay.
And another fortitude save. Also a success. All right.
Okay, we know 21 and 20 will succeed. So
Let's
much
roll
information is being
recovery.
done.
Still bleeding
Ah.
for whatever reason. Archie, your turn.
Evil Eye.
Okie doke. I'm good at will saves.
She lied.
Just a regular.
Just
But
a regular failure.
Is it sickened? Can it be sickened?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can mold get sick?
It is not immune to any of the traits that Evil Eye has. So yes, it can be sickened. It's also not immune to sickened.
Cool.
So.
And then going to try Daze.
Okie doke. Oh boy, we're really good at will saves.
Almost.
Okay.
No stun.
Yeah.
So it is immune to mental damage.
Okay.
It doesn't have a brain.
I was more hoping for that stun, but okay,
So
that's all my actions.
Because Daze has the mental trait, it would be immune to the stun from a mental spell anyway.
Okay.
Does not
That's
have
Archie.
a mind for you to Daze. Lessons learned. Alrighty. Check. Where you is? There you is. Cool. Alrighty. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah. You are. How do I make you? There's how I make you visibly. So a floating sheep skull covered in rot and fungus hovers over to Grom. That was a double, not a stride, a fly action, and butts you.
But it's only a head.
It's only the head.
Bet you wish
How
you
can
had
it-
a door now.
How can it butt me when it's only the head?
Jordan?
It's gonna almost crit you for that.
It did almost crit me.
I know.
4 bludgeoning, 3 poison.
I don't think the poison matters for any reason.
I don't know. And then the other skull is gonna do the same thing to Archie, because there's 2 of them. Also, they didn't have a token for this, so I made one. So I just want to share this.
That's incredible.
Thanks.
Oh, is this what the sheep looked like in that room?
Yeah, and I will point out that they were headless.
They were headless sheep.
And there were
Because
2
we kept
of
hitting
them.
the stump, and the stump would puff up.
So that's gonna hit Archie
Yep.
for a bit more than 7. Just a bit. And that's their turn. They both had to double move attack. Baroom.
Do you mean to have Squire take that damage too?
Nope.
You probably
Did you
had
have them
both of your
both set?
tokens selected when you hit apply damage.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I pulled it up. Squire's not damaged.
That was me. Alright. Baroom.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm a
Baroom
fan of
is-
this thing's immunity to critical hits given its
Yeah.
AC.
Baroom is
Critical
going
at 23.
to one.
It
Can
was something like that, yeah.
Can I fit along the wall here?
Yes.
Like, how do you waypoint walking in Pathfinder?
Hold
Air
control
boundary.
and click. It might not work in Pathfinder.
Okay, yeah, whatever. I make it to the other side of
Yep.
uh
Yeah, that's 20 feet of movement.
Yoop. And
Because it's got 2 diagonals.
fuck it. Okay, Baroom is going to Baroom is going to Courageous Anthem first. Cast that. Centered on themselves. And that should cover everybody. And yes, that's loud, but you know what? I assume that the sheep faces are baaing and the mushrooms making a weird sound.
Mm-hmm.
So we've lost the element of surprise. That's 1, stride 1, and I only have mental effects. So, yeah, I know. That's mental.
That is mental.
That's mental. Sorry, I'm trying to look at all of the things that I put in my encounter actions. Create a diversion, mental, demoralize, mental, faint, mental.
I mean, there's always trusty rapier.
Yeah, well, also recall knowledge.
Or that.
Will defenses. What are the kinds of? I'm trying to remember the mechanical uses of recall knowledge in combat. What the sort of general gist of the questions I'm supposed to be asking, I guess. Like mental effects haven't had an effect on it. We know that already. Will saves seem to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it, or does it have like a besides a pseudopod? Like, I want to be useful in it, and I'm not quite sure what questions I'm supposed to be asking again.
Yeah, Example questions to ask about a combat foe. What is their lowest defense? How fucked are we? What weaknesses can I exploit? What dangers should I look out for? What the fuck is this thing? Why did it attack us? Did it behave? Is it behaving according to its nature, or has it been influenced?
Okay.
These are all example questions that I wrote when I was trying to explain how to make this.
Right. I can't ask what level is it, but I can say like how fucked are we? Is this like a super high, crazy leveled creature?
Yeah.
What to look out for? Does it seem to have any latent abilities? It's just pseudopoded Baroom twice, I think is what I'm going for.
Yep.
And that would be Darklands lore or Bardic lore. I'm gonna go Darklands because it's a mushroom in the Darklands that feels more accurate. And it's not a Leshy, right?
Probably not, no.
Yep. This is a blind GM, right?
Correct. Okay. You don't know anything about these.
Okay.
You rolled so poorly.
That's a
But,
good thing.
Not so poorly that I get to lie to you.
I know.
But poorly.
Everybody already got Courageous Anthem, right? So I'm just gonna delete that emanation.
Yeah, I slapped that on everybody.
Cool. The end.
Okie doke. Krohan. Oh boy. What is the check to balance acrobatics? Oh, he's so good at that. Oh, no.
She lied.
Thank you. Oh dear. Yikeroni. Oh, cool. So he succeeds. And he's able to move half his speed. And then he's going to try it again. And he succeeds. And he's able to move half his speed. Cool beans. So now he can attack it. With his pick. And it is...
Flanked.
It is flanked. Wow. Well...
A plus, Krohan. A plus.
Still a hit despite rolling gigabutts. Alright. That's him whole turn. Grom.
I need information, but I also need all of my actions to do the thing that I would use that information for.
Nice.
Do you trigger... Oh, no, we write opportunity attacks are weird. Not everybody gets them. Sorry.
Right.
Yep.
I would like to know if what do I have any good lore that would work with that?
Doesn't someone like Baroom is Darklands lore and somebody else is like cave lore? Is that?
I have cave lore.
Yeah. We're in a cave.
Does the big thing have any weaknesses that could be exploited? That's not really what I want to know. Does it look to be some sort of undead? I don't know. Do I just do it? I might just do it. I'm gonna cast 3-action heal. I'm just gonna do it.
Okay. So that's the AoE heal?
The AoE heal.
Okay. If the target is a willing living creature. Okay, so that does not heal enemies. Even if they're not undead.
Okay, perfect.
and I'll get better from it, right?
It's 30-foot emanation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna hit everybody. Okay. Ah.
So I get to heal. Archie gets to heal, and Baroom gets to heal.
Alrighty. So the sheep skulls are indeed undead and have void healing and therefore vitality damage. The mold is not.
Okay.
So those two do take damage. They have weakness to vitality damage.
They apparently do.
Ooh.
Thank
That's
you,
fun.
Pathfinder, for automatically doing the math for me.
Does it just say like weakness 3 or something?
Weaknesses, vitality 3.
Okay, vitality. Okay, so then yeah, that makes sense.
Neat.
See,
That's
just doing it answered the
Just
question.
do the thing.
well, yeah. It's just a thing, and it answered every question I had. Perfect. That's my 3 actions. I'm done.
I
Alright.
always answer so many questions all at once.
Right. Alright. Slime mold. We're gonna attack Baroom.
But I don't wanna.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to raise shield. That's what I should. Fuck knowing anything. I should have raised my shield.
Oh no! That's a bunch of damage. And fortitude saving throw. Still a success. And then we're gonna hit Krohan. Actually gonna hit Krohan. I'm for max damage. Fortitude saving throw. Where the fuck are NPC saving? Okay, I can just hit the button. Yeah. Success. Alright, and 32. We're just doing map 10. This thing is not
Krohan
smart enough for
again?
tactics. Yeah, Krohan again. Are you fucking... Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. That's its turn. It takes damage. Apply, recovery check. It's success. No more blood.
Fuck. It's fine. That was a cantrip that did a bunch of damage.
Yeah, I mean, it did 6 persistent, and then I don't even remember what the... You know...
It was like 7. So it's like 13 damage.
8. 8 slashing.
Oh,
and-
8.
Yeah. 14 damage on a cantrip. Pretty good.
Yeah. Alright. So, I'm gonna use one of my bigger spells. Use
Boy.
Spiritual Armament.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That's not gonna... Oh, there we go. Yay.
Okay.
Grab
Oh,
slashing.
thank God, I don't need a token for it, because it returns to your side every time you attack with it.
Yes.
I remember
So,
needing a token for every single fucking player character, like every single cleric spiritual weapon. Alright.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but he gets one of the bladed metal disc, the throwing, I forget what they're called.
Oh,
Chakram?
Xena had them?
Yeah, Chakram.
That's okay.
Yep, and then throws it at the sheep skull right in front of him.
Okie doke. So I do just want to point out, wait, is it a spell attack roll? It doesn't say it's a ranged attack.
Nope, it just says you can
That's
attack any creature within.
weird. It has a range. I'm gonna guess that because it has a range, it's a ranged attack. So, FYI, making a ranged attack within an enemy's melee reach does provoke reactive strikes. They don't have one, so you're good.
Okay.
But that is a thing.
I did not swap targets before that.
You did not.
Nope. Oh.
Wait, Courageous Anthem affects attack rolls?
Yeah.
I thought it was just damage rolls. 17 will miss.
Okay then. They got way better AC.
Do you want to hero point it?
That's not
Because
true.
I think you have a
Oh,
bunch.
yeah,
You have a lot of
that's right.
those.
Hero points are after you roll.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to hero point. Try it again.
That's a hit.
19. Sweet. And 13, which is slashing or what's it? Spirit?
Spirit.
Whatever does more.
This is also has the nice bonus effect of we will find out if it's vulnerable spirit by virtue of what it's
Interesting. The attack deals spirit damage instead if that would be more detrimental to the creature. Oh, interesting.
So we're like, does the chakram hit it or the ghost of the chakram?
it deals spirit damage, even though it takes the same amount of damage, it deals spirit damage.
Then I will last action shield.
Okay. Okie dokie. So it's going back up. I love that no one can punish this. And then it is going to spittle at Grom.
Ew.
Yep. That's a bunch of
Gross.
acid. And fuck it, that's agile. We're gonna map. It's only a -4. Well, all right. And I believe the other one's gonna do the same thing to Archie. We're gonna double spittle. AC 17 with shield up?
Yes.
You don't have the shield buff.
I
You need
did.
spell effect
Oh,
shield.
it-
There you go. Still, that's only a +1. 18 still a hit. That said, it does qualify you to use the shield block reaction, so you can block.
Yeah. So it would stop 5 of that.
Correct. There's
Yeah.
a block button.
So it should if I just.
In theory, if you hit the block button, it'll do 3 damage to you.
I was gonna say it's the block is highlighted. So do I highlight then damage? I guess.
What?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Cool beans.
And I can't use shield for like 10 minutes
10
now.
minutes. Yep.
You
Spell
can't
ends, so you
use the
lose-
spell? Oh, you have immunity. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it immunity to
Yeah.
the spell or immunity to the source Archie of casting the spell?
Immunity to the shield spell, but you can only
Okay.
cast shield on yourself anyway. So.
Oh,
alright.
okay.
And we're gonna make a second attack with some map, and that's a miss.
Cool.
Baroom.
Baroom, 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 baroom. Okay.
Is courageous
well, I don't
act
have
until
the.
the end of your next turn?
I believe it's till the start of your next turn. I will have to.
Duration 1 round.
So yeah, I cast it first, or I cast it second. So, whatever.
The number of rounds remaining decreases by 1 at the start of each of the spellcaster's turns.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Baroom will. I mean, it seems to have done a good job. So just cast it again. Hold on, let me find the.
Okay.
Yeah. So just everyone take it again.
Slapping it on people.
And
All right.
I'm just gonna. No, I'm not. I'm gonna fucking raise my shield. I'm going to raise my shield, and at that point, yeah, do
You have
rapier-
that whip.
Yeah, but not
In your
what's the
hand.
phrase that I'm looking for? Not to hand. Thank you. So fuck it. Oh no, not fuck it. Target. Then roll. And that's a 3 on the dice. So I'm going to hero point it. I double right clicked the
it does
giant
appear...
mushroom in front of me.
Did you open the roll window and then target?
Yes.
That's why. So 11 hits. And actually, yeah, 11 hits. You're welcome to hero point.
Well, but it'll take the second result.
It will, but you can still roll a crit. And it matters
And
because your
crits.
weapon is deadly. So your damage die still becomes a d8, even though it doesn't take the double damage.
Oh. Okay.
If you were so inclined to hero point, but an 11 does.
Yes,
not.
so then I'm going to hold on. I'm going to target it. I'm just going to rapier strike again. Just
Okay.
I've used a hero point. I will subtract the hero point. I wanted the math to.
That's a crit. So now I believe if you hit the damage button, it should do d8s.
Instead of the critical button?
Or maybe hit the critical button and then I'll see what happens when I go to apply damage. Because I think you need to hit the critical button to get your deadly. And then... Yeah. Oh, deadly is just add the die. Okay, after doubling.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens when I hit damage. Cool. Perfect.
It just knows.
It just knows. It knows that your damage roll was a critical, and that I'm immune to critical, and it knows what the damage should have been had it not been critical, but you have the d8 from being critical. What the fuck?
Foundry
What was
is very
the
smart.
what was the thing that you made? Foundry awesome, Foundry something.
Foundry awesome.
Oh,
Foundry awesome plus.
what?
Also, apparently, Pretzel just keeps like starting itself. Like every time I look
It
back
just-
at Twitch, like there's more. I mean, I
There's
thought-
more.
Yeah, I
Is
just.
Foundry amazing?
Was it Foundry? Amazing?
Foundry's the best.
Cloudbot, commands. Foundry amazing. Sorry. Sorry. There you go. You need the plus.
Come on, Jordan.
Beautiful. Foundry has been amazing 2 times.
Third time's a charm.
What kind of pro mid are you? Come on.
Okay. That's 3 actions for Baroom.
Yeah, Baroom's
Um,
done.
Now it's Krohan, who's gonna try to do the same thing as you, which is crit fish, without being able to crit because fatal D10. Because pick. Hey, look, it's a critical.
Hey, look.
Hey, look, good fishing, good fish.
Okay. And then we apply damage, and it takes 13. Nice.
Okay. How's it looking? Does it look smaller
it's-
or wetter?
It is looking pretty ratty. It's not doing amazing after these crits, these non-critical criticals. He's just gonna go map because this thing's so easy to hit. Second critical.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a better crit.
Oh, it's just fucking dead now.
It dies. Yes.
He's going to drop his pick and pull out his short bow. And that's going to be his turn. Is what?
Retrieving for me is 2 actions.
Retreating? What?
Yeah.
What?
If I have to draw a weapon,
Mhm.
composite short bow and striking whip, I don't know, some weapons have a 2 action retrieve versus a 1 action retrieve. I don't know why.
Because they're in your bag and not on your person.
Got it. Cool. Thank you for explaining to me.
Yep.
I didn't know if it was because they were bigger or not.
Nope. It's because it's in your bag. All right, Grom, you're up.
Well, this thing is not in smacking range, so I'm gonna smack it.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna reach spell Gouging Claw.
Okay. Which one? The one that Archie attacked?
Yeah, let's do the one that I'm assuming that one looks pretty fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
Let's see if I can kill it.
Okay.
Attack.
Yup.
Damage.
That's a bunch.
Good damage.
Damn.
Fuck.
It does die.
So, as it, just before it falls to the ground, when you slash it open, it bursts in an explosion of spores. That looks like it probably would have sucked to be in had it been closer to you.
I think we
I'm glad
learned
it
that
wasn't
with
closer to me.
I was gonna say, I think we learned that with the bodies, right?
We did. They exploded too.
Yeah.
But they exploded in an enclosed space.
Yeah. Archie.
All right. I'm gonna sustain spell, which is like probably not a easy way to get all the stuff back, is there?
So, who's it?
If I just Boop. All right, and then I'm going to attack with to the other.
Okay.
So and sustaining is just a single action, so this
Right.
only costs 1 action now that I've cast it.
Yep.
1d8.
Critical hit. Thanks, Courageous Anthem.
Thanks.
You didn't hit critical damage?
Oh.
Well, that gets doubled. Because that's how crits work. You rolled an 8 and a 7. I gotta let you keep it. So we'll just hit the double damage button. It's fucking dead. It blows up.
I feel like the double damage button is there explicitly for when you forget to hit the crit button.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
where? So with it, because like I just, I'll just say it's like so. Just for damage, like when I click, it just pops up with the base damage, like what you want to add, and then click to roll.
So you didn't get a
I
second
don't.
button like damage critical?
I don't see
That's
here a sec.
trying to find one of my tabs. Fine with showing you the shit. So whatever. Here, like this is what I see. You see damage and critical buttons. You don't see that?
Not on mine. So at least for that one, like it just has. I don't know, maybe since it's coming off of a spell, it's different. Since the spell has like multiple layers or something.
Or it could just be spiritual armaments, just not built right in Foundry.
Possible. Or there's something that we don't know about how it works. Jordan, make a note. It may be that crits deal double damage is not a general rule for spells. And only for strikes.
It does say it in the text of that spell. That's why I'm
does
saying.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, double damage on a
2d8
critical
damage on a
hit.
hit.
Yeah, so that's just programmed wrong. Okay, cool. Neat.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the fight. Everything's
Also,
fine.
the 54.
It is. We are near the end of the session. And as you have been doing loud things and entirely given up the element of surprise, you hear a voice coming from inside the very large mushroom, just yelling across the cave. And the only one who understands what they're saying is Grom. And Grom, what this voice says is, "Ah, the Prodigal Shroom returns."
Bad sounds. See, bad sounds.
And we'll get to what the fuck that's about next time on Pathfinder. I almost said Dungeons and Dragons because muscle memory.
Yeah.
That's did it. Got through the session. Killing it.
And this is exactly where you wanted us to get to.
No.
No?
No, I was
You're just to get much further.
I was expecting this to be about the halfway point of the session.
Well, we kept a prisoner for 5 seconds, and by 5 seconds, I mean 2 hours.
Yeah, that went a lot longer than anticipated. I thought that you would get annoyed at her not giving you information and murder her.
But that's bad, guys.
She attacked you. I don't know. I understand the difference between killing someone in cold blood and in the heat of battle. I get it. And also, I'm not incredibly accustomed to players giving a fuck about morality. So, but anyway, that's it for us today. For watching us on Twitch, check us out on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, check us out on Twitch. All the links are in the thingy below. I didn't put a description or on the YouTube video this past week, so I'll have to do that. So that there are actually links in the doobly-doo. I don't want to copy Matt Colville.
Is it not called that? What's it supposed to be called?
It's the description. It's the description. Matt Colville started calling it the doobly-doo, and everyone else copied Matt Colville and started calling it the doobly-doo. Anyway, Twitch, YouTube, Twitch. Either way, check us out on Discord. You can talk to us. You can make fun of us, and then we'll ban you if you're into that kind of thing.
You could sell us chat bots. You could sell us view bots, and then we'll also ban you.
That's true. That's also an option.
I'm the only bot around here, damn it.
Did I miss anything? I feel like those are the
No.
plugs. YouTube, Twitch,
That's
YouTube,
it.
Discord. That's it. That's all we got.
That's it.
There's also a merch store that I don't know. Like I think it has like all of our Trolls for Hire characters in it. Maybe.
That's a bunch.
No,
I still have to. I have to get the shirt that I have. The shirt that I have is getting very thin, so I have to get some more shirts. But
Yeah.
that's it.
It does have the most important character, which is 17. Best character.
Not a fan. Boo.
That's it for us. Thanks for being here. If you're still here, and if you're not here, bye. And if you are
Goodbye.
here, bye.